The Horrible Gamers podcast may contain content not suitable for all ages. Listener discretion is advised.
Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, the Horrible Gamers podcast, show number 275, being recorded on September the 21st, 2019, the day after Area 51 raid.
Yeah.
I am one of your hosts, Jesus Gonzalez, known as Jesus Walks Out. Today I'm joined by my friend from the West Coast, the best coast, Gunny Chief. Welcome back, Gunny. Welcome.
Yo, it's good to be here, man. Glad we had the raids going on. All 300 of us showed up.
Hell yeah. Welcome, Gunny. Welcome. And from Ohio, our friend the Mayo is back. Woo!
Hey, what's up? Man, I tell you what, I am tired. I just got back from my flight from west out there, and it was nice. Just got home, got all settled, and come right straight to the computer.
Nice.
Good times.
Anyways, ladies and gentlemen, you can follow us on Twitter _Horrible Gamers. You can follow us on iTunes and all that shit. Leave us a review on iTunes. It's more like leave us a review on the podcast on Apple. If you're listening on an Apple device, your iPhone, your iPad, your iMac, whatever the fuck, your MacBook, you want to leave us a review on there, and that'll give us a 5-star rating. If you give us a 5-star rating, that gets us noticed and bumped up in the rankings. Also, you can join our Facebook group, Horrible Gamers Podcast Community. That is on Facebook. It is a closed group, so that means anything you post in the group is not visible to people that are not part of the group. And you can join our Patreon at patreon.com/Horrible Gamers. Like Adam Sunday has, Ellen Maybe, Bo Sassone, Bill Garner, Brandon Willier, Frank Pesa, David Snyder, Dirty Bite, Evan Tanaka, Henley M., Jake Vossen, Jesse Kraft, John Jerome, Jonathan D. Hall, Jonathan Arcelo, Joshua Wolf, and Polo, Mechmod, Pork Chapu, Robbie Wheat, the Mayo, Subator, Vader Holic. Thank you guys for all being Patreons. You guys are awesome.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Fuck you.
You guys rock.
You guys
Brian
rock.
He got his gift card and stuff the other day. He did message us in Discord, so...
Oh, he got a hold of you? That's legit.
Yeah, he got a hold of me the next morning, and I was able to get it pretty much sent out. I think I sent it out on Monday, and then he got it on Thursday.
Sweet.
Nice. Glad he got it, and awesome he got his gift card and shit. Enjoy that gift card, Brian. Go buy, pre-order Call of Duty or something, because it's a good fucking game. Anyways, our interest song is done by Following Tricks. It's called The Breakout. Our interest song is done by Broker Feed. It's called Night Owl. And let's get to talking about video games. Gentlemen, I played a game this week. You played games this week?
Not me.
A few.
Yeah. Anyways, I want to talk about some games I played and games I didn't play. So, this week, iOS 13 came out. And with iOS 13, Apple has released the Apple Arcade on the phones, on iOS, on Apple devices. I think it's mostly on... Right now... It only released on iPhone. So you can go and get a month free trial. So you sign up for a month. It's free for the first month. They don't have 100 games on there like they said they were going to. So I'm confused. I think they are going to release more games as time goes on, right? Is that what it is?
Yeah, they're putting out like 1 or 2 a week. And I think... But see, I haven't even got iOS 13 on my phone. I downloaded it on my iPad, so I connected my PS4 controller. But then, yeah, I totally missed that little detail about, hey, this is not coming out for iPad yet. This is just on iPhone.
Yeah, it's an iPhone thing only. So I wonder if the offerings of games are going to be different on the iPad than they will be on the iPhone.
Probably be similar. But
I don't know, because they have bigger games on the iPad. There's like... Yeah. On the iPad, they have like full Xbox games on the iPad, playing on the iPad. They have like
Dead Cell,
KOTOR, and they have not just Dead Cells runs on an iPhone.
Right, that was different. Like, from arcade.
Like Civilization 6, it's on an iPad. Like you can download it on an iPad and play it. So like that's pretty crazy, and you cannot run that on the phone. It doesn't let you. It just says that our phone is incompatible with it. I think it's just because the screen is too small. So I wonder if they're going to have those kind of offerings of those games on the arcade for the iPad. And maybe even Apple TV. Like, maybe they can get even bigger and have even bigger games for Apple TV.
Oh, yeah, true, yep.
Anyways, the games that I played this week on iOS, I guess, since we're going to be talking about iOS from now on. There's Sayonara Wild Hearts is on here. There's a lot of other stupid little fucking games. What the fuck did I download this week from the Apple Store? I downloaded a game called Assemble. I'm not really a big fan of this game. It's about this girl. She's going through this journey, this trip, and you have to assemble things that she has carrying with her. And she's telling you a story as you're going through it. And I don't know about you, but I just don't have the patience to sit there on my phone and try to, like, listen to some girl tell me a story. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I could do it on my PC or on an Xbox or a PS4 or something, but I just couldn't be able to do this on a phone. It seems too dumb.
Was that like, remember that game Journey Home? But I'm not sure if that was just on console or if that was on phone. But that was a girl just telling a story as you walked along or drove along.
But this one, she has you, like, building things. Like, oh, like, my camera broke. Let's repair my camera. And you're, like, taking the camera apart and you're, like, swiping to, like, open the camera door. Like, pulling out the film and, you know, fixing the film, putting it back in there. All that dumb shit. And she's telling you a story. Like, I remember I took a photo in Paris with my parents and blah, blah. Like, I don't give a fuck. Well, fuck you, motherfucker. Anyways, other games that I played this week, I played some Outlanders on my phone. Outlanders is it's a little building game on your iPhone. It's like you're building a village, kind of. So you start off with, like, an empty island. And it tells you, like, build a what's that thing called? It's like a little hut. What the fuck are those guys called? Loggers. Like a logger's tent or whatever. And it tells you to build one. And you build one near the tree line. And it tells you, like, how many trees that logger's tent is going to cut down. And then that little dude, you assign a worker to that. Then he cuts down the trees. And then he stacks the wood. But then you got to have, like, a lumber mill to create fucking lumber wood out of it or whatever. So you have, like, the people working there at the lumber mill. And then you have to build houses, but you need wood for houses. All these little things. So, like, it's pretty much like a civilization builder type game. I thought it was okay. Will I play it? No way. Like, it's just not interesting enough to hold my attention for a long time. You know, there's a problem with phone games. There's like a medium there that I like. Where I like them when they're good. You got to use strategy to play them, but they're not too deep and it's not too hardcore. This game seems like it's too hardcore. Like, it goes too extreme. You know what I mean? I just can't do that. I'm sorry. I guess it's like old school gamer in me or something where I tend to think that those types of games belong on a console or something or a PC. So I just can't do it on the phone.
Yeah, and the other thing I heard too is that these arcade games are, there's no monetization or loot boxes or anything, so they're kind of going that, I guess you could say, that console route or, that PC indie route of way of things, just to kind of see how this plays out. So
yeah,
I'm downloading the iOS 13 now on the phone, so.
So yeah, and then I played. There's another game on here. I played a very little bit of this one. It's called Overland, and it's like it's a game, top-down type game, isometrical type game, where you're surviving the apocalypse and you're trying to get through the country. So you're like have this dude, and you can move him around. And you can have him search trash cans or search buildings or search cars or look for fuel. And he has the stats and he has his backpack. You have to open up inventory and he can only carry so much items and so many weapons and so much ammunition. It's I don't know. Like, all these games, I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know about these games, man. It's just, I wish I could get into them more, because I know, like, they're a big deal in the terms of gaming to become more mainstream. This is a big deal, like, people want to say, oh, Apple Arcade is bullshit, Apple sucks, Apple this, Apple that. But you got to realize a lot of people have iPhones, and a lot of kids are going to be playing these games. And here in the short future here, like, they're going to be playing all these games, and I wonder what kind of quality of games are they going to be playing, because that determines what kind of quality of games they expect moving forward in the future.
Yes.
You know what I mean? Because right now there's kids that are super content with Roblox, but I mean, can you imagine if all the games in the future were like Roblox? Like it would look shitty. Yeah, to me that's not what I want, and I hope that these games get better. And so yeah, that's just my opinion, I guess. I hope you enjoy it more, Gunny. They do have exclusives on here. They have like that new Frogger game, Frogger Toy Town.
Yeah, I heard about it. I haven't.
So
I've seen a little bit of
exclusive.
gameplay.
Yeah, it's an exclusive to Apple, and they have a few other exclusives here as well that I've seen on this list. This is exclusive.
See, I'm gonna try it out. I can't wait to try it on my iPad because that's I'm old and I have bad eyes, so I mean that's where I'm gonna be able to really check these out. But I'll just download it on the phone and check them out from here until that becomes.
And these games are not complicated either, Gunny. Like you can play these with your phone, like a touchscreen. Like it doesn't need a controller. There hasn't been a game that I've launched on this thing that's like, oh, I really need a controller for this thing. Like it's so hard to control with the touchscreen. It's like, no, they know that most people are going to be playing this with the touchscreen. So they're optimized to actually work better for a touchscreen than a controller, in my opinion. But they do have controller support. So it's kind of weird, they have to support both. And I wonder if there's ever going to be a point in time where a game comes out and they're like, no, you need a controller. Like, you need to go buy a controller for this shit.
Yeah, and, Apple's always had their, hey, we have a controller you can use. But it's really just, like you said, it's like, okay, right triggers gas and left is brake for a racing game. Press A to jump, for a platformer. So it's nothing too complicated about it that you can't use touch controls. And probably not until, later on when they start using making an RPG or something that's going to be useful.
Like a big RPG. It has to be a big game. Like it's not like a little bullshit game. But anyways, I just want to touch up a little bit on Apple Arcade. I was wondering if any of you guys tried it. It's $6 a month, 100 games, I guess. Well, not at launch, not right now, but I guess in maybe a month they'll have 100 games. But yeah.
When I heard about it, I wasn't very excited. Like, I mean, obviously I don't have an Apple product, but to me, I just can't get excited over mobile games. I don't know what it is, but I feel like some of them are just a way of passing a little bit of time, and that's it. Like, even like the Gears Pop, I don't really play it as much as I should.
Okay, question for you guys. Do you think, with Apple being as big as they are, and they know how the whole streaming thing works with their, with their TV and movies and stuff, and they see all these gaming companies now. We're going to be streaming. You're going to be watching them on your phones. But do you think Apple should have kind of went that route, or do you think they're just going to play it safe and just do the arcade thing? Yeah, I mean, is that they should just stick that way, or just go with maybe do what everybody else is doing and just stream games? Announce their own streaming service.
I think they're going to go the route of streaming. That's the best way to optimize, bring huge games to your device, you know what I mean, that you don't need to have, the hardware in it. So you don't need to spend the money on the hardware. You just got to have a capable enough internet connection to stream to your thing.
Yeah.
It makes sense. Why spend money developing a special GPU for your phone or whatever, to make it run this big game when you can just have it be streamed to it. So it makes much more sense for them to just stream it. In my opinion, I don't know. Maybe Apple's like, fuck you. We're gonna make our own shit, but I doubt it. I think they're gonna eventually go to the way of streaming. Yeah. Who will they partner up with? I don't know.
Yeah, that's the big question, if they do, or if they just kind of stick with their own. They're just kind of staying within their own confines of what they're doing with gaming at this point.
Yeah, they don't have any game studios. They don't have any. They have exclusives for the new iOS arcade or whatever, but they don't have a game studio making games for them. So I don't think they would stick with their own thing when it comes to streaming. I think they would have to partner up with somebody.
Absolutely.
Ubisoft or somebody. They have to. They know they have to because they don't have the name or the games or the recognition that these big companies have.
Right.
Even if they partner up with EA, EA would be their best partner.
Yeah, I think so too.
Because they both give a fuck about money. And they just, fuck it, just partner together and make a lot of money off this shit.
Or contact somebody like Ubisoft and just say, look, we know you're doing the whole streaming thing yourselves, and, you've got your Uplay Plus going on, and why don't we just become buddies? Yeah.
Yeah. But anyways, other games that I played this week, guys, I played some Call of Duty beta.
Yeah.
Whoop, Call of Duty.
How is that? I was watching that 32 versus 32. I wasn't sure what I was watching at first. It looked pretty cool.
Oh, it's fucking insane, man. So I played all of the Call of Duty beta. So I played last weekend, I played this weekend. So guys, there's a lot of new tech in this shit. They got ladder climbing tech. And as you're climbing the ladder, you pull out a pistol. So you pull out your sidearm as you're climbing the ladder. You can shoot at people from the ladder.
Whoa.
So you can peek, if you're trying to climb up on a ladder and somebody's camping the top, you can peek your eyeballs above the ladder and then shoot at them and go back down the ladder. So there's that. They have ladder climbing tech, lots of doors. I played the new night vision maps on this mode this week. I got a taste of the night vision. And I'm not a fan of the night vision maps. They're not the greatest. I mean, it's the same as the daytime maps. I'm not saying the map is different, but the gameplay is way different. Everyone takes it way slower than they would otherwise. So I played in Team Deathmatch in the nighttime map, and it was really slow. I was like, what the fuck? This is awkward.
Yeah, I thought
everyone has. Yeah, everyone has night vision goggles. So everyone just can turn them on, and you start off with night vision goggles. But it's just everything's green. Kind of sucks.
Yeah, you're just changing the color and the contrast at that point.
What were you saying, Mayo?
Oh, I was just saying. I thought it was kind of a neat view at first, but playing through it wasn't that fun. It was unique, and it looked kind of cool. The first time I seen it, but then after that, I got annoying real quick. The night view did.
Yeah, and then everyone has the infrared little lasers on their guns or whatever. So you're not even if you have a red dot on your gun, you're not using the red dot to aim. You're using the laser to aim. So you might as well take the red dot off of your gun and not even have it on there, or any kind of scope or anything. It just might as well not even have it on your gun. Just use the lasers. So it's kind of shitty, but I mean, I thought it was all right. It's a neat mode to switch it up, I guess, if you ever want to switch it up. But this week since Saturday, they've actually increased the level cap to 30. I'm level 28 now in the beta, and I like the perks. So there's all the classic perks, and there's some new ones in there that are pretty interesting. But there's also abilities now too, where each operator or each person you're playing as, or the person you're playing as in the multiplayer, you get to equip a ability. So one of the abilities is drop down a metal shield in front of you, and that's on a cooldown. Also, there's an ability to drop down an ammunition box, so that gives you ammo. You just drop this little box on the ground and just run over it, and it gets you ammo or whatever. And there's also a little drone you can deploy, kind of like a Ghost Recon drone. You deploy it and it runs around tagging people, and you can fly it around, tag people. And there's other stuff you can deploy, like an EMP drone that just you fly it over a certain area of the map, and it EMPs that whole little area. So anyone in that area, their whole HUD goes away, everything. They're EMP. They can't use any kill streaks or any equipment. There's other abilities in there as well. I personally like the ammunition box because there's a thing that happened to me in this game where I've actually gone back to using sniper rifles, and I don't know why, but I've actually was using one of the sniper rifles with a perk overkill, so you carry two main weapons. So my secondary gun was an MP5 with a red dot on it and an extended mag and shit. But my main rifle was a sniper rifle with a suppressor on it, a big ass fucking magazine, and dude, I was fucking wrecking people with this shit.
Yeah, you were.
I'll just camp on a corner somewhere on the map and just wait there, and just anyone that comes to that side of the map just fucking they're done. They're fucking done. It's
Camper.
They stand no chance. And I was fucking wrecking everyone. And then people knew where I was at, so once they figured out how to get to me, I would set up claymores.
Oh,
and they would run up to them and just boom, just fly out the door, fucking 10 feet. They're just getting fucked up. And yeah, I think Mayo saw me do pretty good in a few rounds.
Yeah, I was watching you when you were playing with my son. You had a couple of decent rounds where you did 26-5, 26-2. I think one of them was, or something like that, or maybe 27-2.
So I got my mojo back in Call of Duty, man, and this is the most excited I've been for Call of Duty since like legitimately since about Modern Warfare 3 or Black Ops 2. This is the most like super hyped I am for this game. Like I kind of want to get that $200 edition. What do I get with the $200 edition? What do I get with that?
Sell it.
I get night vision goggles with it or something.
What do you get with it?
Yeah. Yeah, I don't know.
Some battery-powered night vision goggles.
I thought about buying that legit because that's how excited I am for this fucking game.
Hey, watch
this
Jesus.
Game, it changes everything, dude.
Watching the.
Are you saying I'm gonna have to buy this one?
Yes.
Watching that stream the other night, the guns, the reload. Man, that sounds really good. It reminds me of Rainbow Six Siege.
Yes. Like that fucking reload sound. It sounds so good. And then now, like they have stupid little changes they made to the game. So like now you can mount on things. So you can be like looking around a corner or over cover or over something, and then it'll like say press the stick in to mount, and you mount on it. And as long as you're aiming down sights and you're mounted, you stay mounted. So you can mount your sniper rifle like on a windowsill, and just be shooting people with your sniper rifle, and like not have to worry about the recoil on the rifle. You're just shooting constantly, you know. And that helps out a lot with like light machine guns. You could just sit there with the light machine gun and have 100 bullets and just unload us everybody as they run out of a certain room or a certain checkpoint. You can just fucking unload on everyone. And I played almost every mode in the beta. I'm pretty sure I played every mode. So there's headquarters, which is typical headquarters. You run around, you capture headquarters, and you lose respawn if you capture it. The other team has to kill you. First team to 200 points wins. I played domination. So there's that. I played 20 versus 20 domination. That just means there's 20 versus 20 players. I played 20 versus 20 deathmatch, team deathmatch. What else have I played? All the modes in there. That fucking hacker mode or whatever. What's it called? I forget what it's called now. They switched it from search and destroy. It's called something like hack or strike or fucking some weird name. Hacker or some shit. I don't know what the fuck it's called. Something where you pick up this little EMP box or bomb and you gotta go plant it on their computer server and you gotta defend it or whatever.
Yeah.
So kind of like a CSGO thing?
Yeah, it's search and destroy. They've had it in Call of Duty before. Yeah, it's just that mode. But now the difference in this one is you can revive your teammates. So if your teammates go down and you're the last one alive and say the other people have one person alive, and you just can't find the other person to kill him, you can just run around and like revive your teammates. And next thing you know, everyone on your team is back up on their feet, and you're all looking for this one last guy. But he can also revive his teammates, so you got to be kind of fast about it. But yeah, me and Brink and Orange Pigeon today, we were playing crossplay, by the way. We were playing, and it was legit because I went clutch, dude. Like more than one round. I did some amazing fucking like John Wick type shit. Like I amazed myself that I was able to pull it off. Like one of them, I had them both screaming like "Fuck yeah, Jesus, woo!" It was like the round that we had to win to stay in the game. Like if we would have lost that round, we would have lost the match. And we ended up winning that round, and that got us into the final round. And then we won the final round. It was like 10 rounds of just. At first, the other team was whooping our asses, and then we made a comeback, dude. And I was the last person alive on our team, and I got the win. Clutched. Fuck yeah. It was 3 against 1, too. Like, I killed 3 guys in, like, a matter of, like, 2 seconds. It was fucking insane, dude. But, yeah, we were playing with Orange Pigeon. I actually added him. It's kind of weird adding people because you can add him through Battle.net or you can add him to Activision. And it's really confusing at first. A lot of people don't know how to do it or don't know what to do, especially console players. Every person on the console that I've tried to explain how to add me, they're fucking confused. What do you mean?
I was confused too at first. I didn't know if I had to use Activision or Battle.net.
What do you mean? I'm like, just either Activision or Battle.net. Add me on one of those. I'm like, which one? I'm like, just add me. Like, yeah. They're like, Jesus, you're already my friend on Xbox. I'm like, yeah, but we're not playing through the Xbox. We're playing through Activision. And they're like, okay, how do I add you? And I'm just like, fucking A, dude. I had to explain like a million times what my name was. So, once again, for the people listening, my name on Activision, when you search on the Activision, you go to add friends on there or whatever. On Activision, I am Jesus Walkslot. Just like that. Jesus Walkslot. Just like my regular gamer tag. And then on the BattleNet, I am Jesus HGP, and then the #1210. So you gotta search for that, and then you add me on BattleNet. Whichever one you add me on is fine because I see all the friends list. They all pop up on my thing when I invite people, and but we got to figure it out. And like I was playing with Penn and Eric last night. We were playing actually the new mode, Ground War, 32 versus 32. That mode is fucking crazy. I've never seen so many people in a fucking Call of Duty match, just fucking all-out fucking war. Explosions and like just fucking fighting it out in these factories, and there's tanks running around, there's helicopters, there's snipers everywhere. It's a lot of fun though. I really do enjoy that mode. People don't like it. It doesn't feel like Call of Duty. Like Brink today was bitching.
No, it feels like Battlefield.
Yeah, he was bitching that it didn't feel like Call of Duty, that it wasn't fun. That's why he's like, I don't play Call of Duty for this. I'm like, I don't give a fuck, dude. Like, this mode is fun. Playing it, I had a blast, man, because you can still get kill streaks on it. So like me, if you're playing like me and you're playing the sniper camper dude who sits on the corner of the fucking map on top of a building somewhere, and you're taking out all the other snipers on the other team. It's a lot of fun because you can end up getting quite a bit of kill streaks, and I got a few kill streaks today. Actually, last night playing with Penn and Eric, there was a person on the other team who got a 40 kill streak.
Wow.
Like they had 40. No, I don't know if it was a 40 kill streak, but it was definitely a 25 kill streak because they got the nuke. And they like next thing you know, like out of nowhere in the middle of the match, it was like tactical nuke activated, and it was like 25, 24, 23, like it was counting down. And like fucking and Penn, I think Jonathan Hall has never played Call of Duty before because he was like, "What does that mean, Jesus?" I'm like, "That means we lost the match, dude. No matter what we do right now, we're all gonna die. The nuke has been activated. Like you lose automatically if the other person on the other team activates a nuke, your team loses no matter what. Everyone's dying and you lose." And he was like, "Oh, okay." Like the nuke went off and like it blew up the whole map. It was pretty legit. It was fun.
Awesome.
So they did bring the nuke back for this game. They didn't have it in the last few games that I've noticed. They didn't have the nuke, but now they've brought it back.
Sweet, man. I think that 32 versus 32 looks
cool.
pretty sick.
Is the map any different on the 32?
Oh, it's fucking huge, man. Like I said,
big.
it's
Cool.
big. It's fucking big. And like, there's tons of doors. You can get lost in these buildings. There's these buildings that have like 10 different staircases and tons of doors and shit you can go through, and it's fucking big. It's way more complicated than any Call of Duty I've ever played. It's like just insanity, dude. Like, there's just shit going on everywhere, and you actually have a squad, which is interesting. You actually spawn with the squad, and you can spawn on your squad like in Battlefield, or you can spawn in a base like in Battlefield. So you can spawn on D, on C, on A, on F, on G, the different locations that are captured by your team. But yeah, man, Call of Duty, it's amazing. I can't believe it's taken them this long to add crossplay, but it's just insane to me how good the game runs, how good the crossplay actually just works. It just works. Like every lobby I'm playing in, it shows like PlayStation and Xbox and PC, and PlayStation and Xbox and PC. And by the way, people, playing on PC, if you're playing with PC people and you don't want to play against mouse and keyboard, you got to tell the PC people to turn off the mouse and keyboard and grab a controller. Because on PC, because I have mine set to controller, if I launch the game and my controller is not on and the PC is not detecting the controller input, the game just freezes and it tells me like, hey, to continue, either plug in a controller or switch this to mouse and keyboard. Like click this to switch to mouse and keyboard. So it's like, and then if you're playing it on mouse and keyboard, like if you have it set to mouse and keyboard on your PC and you try to use the controller, it tells you like, no, you can't use a controller. You got to use your mouse and keyboard. That's what you want it to use, so you got to use that. So it forces you to use whatever you pick on a PC. So like, for example, we were playing with Brink, and Brink is fucking adamant about using mouse and keyboard. He's like, oh, Super Master Racer and all that fucking shit. Yeah. I'm like, dude, just use the controller. He's like, no, I do so much better with the mouse and keyboard. I'm like, okay, whatever, dude, whatever. And then, so we were playing with him, and he didn't want to use the mouse. He didn't want to use a controller. He wanted to use stupid mouse and keyboard. So every match we were in, there would be people on Xbox with controllers. I was on controller on PC, but there would also be like people on PC with mouse and keyboard. So you get a mix of, it's like an everything goes type lobby. It's interesting to see that they pair up controllers against mouse and keyboard. But he wasn't on top of the leaderboard all the time. So it definitely goes to show that like they're doing some kind of adjustments there to make the controllers competitive against the mouse and keyboards because he wasn't on top a lot of the
aim
times.
assist. I assume they're having some kind of you can have aim assist as well.
Probably a lot of aim assist in the controller or something. Because I don't know. He was doing all right, but there's a lot of matches where I was doing way better than he was. So yeah.
Yeah, I think it depends. Like my boy, when he played, like he's pretty good with mouse and keyboard. That's all he's ever played, and like I would say he's probably way better than I am with mouse and keyboard when it comes to shooters at least. And he come in his first couple of games, he did really, really well. And then like I know when he joined Jesus, he had a couple games where he really did bad. Like he had a little bad streak where just not knowing the game in general. I think he was playing super aggressive, and like he was running, just running, gunning. And he got killed by a couple campers, and so he went after the camper. He went and he knew where this one guy was at, and he went to go charge at him again to kill him the second time. And there was another camper across the hallway this time, and they killed him. But like right after that, he died by there was like a Harrier jet or something like that somebody had spawned in, and he was outside, and then he just started getting frustrated. And then he had a couple of like really bad rounds, but to me, like it seemed very well balanced between the two, like. I feel like the mouse and keyboard is still going to be more precise, but that's just that much easier to miss. Also, if you're aiming for their head and you're off by a quarter of an inch, you're missing your shot. So yeah, you can talk about how great and how precise the mouse and keyboard can be, but that can also be a downfall.
Yeah, true.
No, I agree. So like, yeah, like there was a few matches where I did really good and he did really good and. Yeah, man, it's a blast. I'm just saying, Call of Duty this year is going to be a game changer, and I'm glad that both companies are on board with crossplay. Of course, it was kind of funny to see that on PC we get to see the PS4 and the Xbox logo when we see people from consoles playing. But if you're on Xbox, you only see a TV with like a box. If it's a PS4 player, you only see like a TV in a box. And then on PS4 is the same thing. If you run into an Xbox player, you don't see the Xbox logo, you see a TV in a box. It's like they don't want to show each other's consoles on their platforms. I'm like, you guys are that petty.
Yeah.
You don't want to show the competition's console logo on your shit? Like, really?
Are you sure it doesn't? I thought the picture that you guys put up on the Facebook group actually showed.
That's on PC.
I think the PC is different because it was showing us everybody.
Yeah, on PC it shows us everyone.
But on the console, I see.
Yeah, on the consoles, it just shows you a TV in a box. Because Orange Pigeon, he was like, "Oh yeah, I see a PC with controller. I see you, Brink. I see you, Jesus." And he was like, "Wait a minute, what's this TV thing?" And I was like, "Oh, that's a PS4 probably, but they just don't show you the logo."
Yeah.
It probably has like Xbox #1 for all the Xbox players, and it says PC #1 or PlayStation #1.
Oh man,
but yeah, the confidence with your platform of choice.
I had a blast playing it though, dude, and yeah, the crossplay works. It fucking works. It's insane. Like, I'm glad they figured it out. I'm glad they got it fixed. I'm glad that I got to play this beta, and I'll probably be playing it again after the show's over tonight because I'm just having that much fun with it, dude. Like, it's just fun, and a cool thing that I found out. This game is actually cross-progression. And people didn't know this, but it actually is cross-progression between PC and consoles. Because last week I told you that I was playing on the PS4, right? So I had my Activision account linked to my PS4 or whatever. And then this week I logged into the PC. And it's like, hey, you're level 20. All your shit's here. Like,
nice.
Your loadouts, your characters here. Everything's here. Like, I didn't have to restart on. I thought I was gonna have to restart on PC like rank 0, and no, like it carries over. If I turn on my PS4 right now, it'll be level 28, and if I turn on my PC, it'll be level 28. So that's interesting how it's crossplay, and I've heard rumors that it's the same on Xbox. If you have an Xbox One and you're playing this on your Xbox, then go on to PC. It'll carry over to your PC. I wonder though if it carries over from Xbox to PS4.
I would think if it
should.
I bet it will. I bet it's what doing is it's linking your Activision account, so it's just pulling the information from your Activision account.
Yeah, so that's fucking neat though, man. Like I think that's a really cool thing, honestly. Am I gonna buy it on both the PS4 and the PC? No way. I'm just gonna buy it on one, but I still think that's a pretty neat idea.
Yeah, like Destiny's doing that same thing.
Yeah, that's
just awesome.
Which you gonna buy it for then, Jesus? I know you said PC or PlayStation last time. Is that what you're gonna stick with?
No, I'm probably gonna get it on PC. Why?
Okay, I thought maybe the exclusives on the PlayStation would maybe lure you that way.
No, I think it looks better on PC. Maybe a little bit. Maybe I'm just tripping balls. I don't know, man.
Did you mess with the settings on the PC? I found a couple of them kind of weird.
Yeah, I did. Some settings.
And I thought I seen right away the first glaring thing I see was select your video card. I'm like, what is this with these new games that they want us to select what video card we're using?
I'm like, what's they talking about? I've seen this twice now.
Yeah, I was like, okay. The other thing I thought was kind of unusual was the slider for your resolution. Like right away when my game launched, it launched at 1080p.
Yeah, same here. It was weird.
And so I'm like trying to change my resolution, and I'm like clicking like on the advanced tab, and then it was like it showed something. I would click on it, and I'd close out of it, and then it would be still at 1080p. I'm like, what the heck? I hit apply again, still at 1080p. There's that little slider right above the resolution, and that's where it adjusts to your in-game. So like it knew my monitor was 1440, but it was only running. It showed it at 50% basically. So it was running at 1080p, and I had to slide it up to 100% to get my 1440 resolution. But then in 2, Jesus, I don't know if you noticed on the top right corner, it showed your graphics card memory and how much like headroom your memory has for your graphics card. How much it
Mine has a lot. Mine has like more than half.
That's where I was going to go. So like mine only had like a quarter used. So I took the slider and I cranked it all the way to the right on resolution, and it was like I don't remember what the resolution was. I want to say it was close to 8K. And I was still at 3/4 of the memory usage on my GPU.
Yeah,
I didn't try to run the game. So basically, that's like a super sampling. So it, like the game would be like projecting as like 8K, but it's actually only showing on your monitor as 1440. But it just make it look even more crisp. So we'll have to try and play the settings.
Blow up your computers while you're doing this, guys.
Yeah.
Woo!
But it ran so easy and it's just effortlessly.
Yeah, and so I'm getting pretty decent frame rates. Like I think I'm running it. Some of the settings are ultra, and I'm running it at 1440, and I was getting like 110 frames per second, easy.
I didn't even notice the counter on it. I was kind of looked real quick, and I didn't see it, so I didn't turn mine on. So I don't know what mine was running at.
I just have the GeForce counter always running on the top left, so that's how I noticed it. But I mean, there's an in-game counter too that you can turn on. There's actually a whole in-game like network and CPU usage and RAM usage and all this shit you can turn on inside the game.
Cool. I like those features in a game when they put those on the PC as an option. It's really nice just to you can pull it up and you can see what your computer's doing. If your game starts having to slow down, you can look at it like, oh, it's my CPU is capped, or my GPU is capped, and you kind of be like, okay, maybe I want to upgrade that in the future, or you have an idea of what's going on at least.
Yeah.
Is my graphics card good enough, or is my CPU good enough? Maybe I need more RAM, or maybe I need some more RGB. Maybe that'll help a little bit.
Oh yeah, that RGB is always more lights.
But I really like that option.
Lots of fun to be had in Call of Duty, people, and I just, like I said, I'm having a blast with it, and I look forward to playing it next month when it releases. It's gonna be a fucking awesome game, dude.
And when was the release date again?
October 25th.
Okay, I'm kind of excited for this. And the thing drawing me in the most right now is the idea of crossplay.
Yeah.
Like, I'm not a big Call of Duty fan. Like I said, I don't think it was ever really, in my opinion, never really popular on the PC. Like, it's come out on the PC, but I don't think it has a community like Counter-Strike.
On Xbox, yeah.
Or other things. So I think I hate to say it, but I feel like it's been more of a console thing. But with this one being crossplay like this, I really feel like it's going to be adapted well on the PC. And I'm excited to get to play with different PlayStation people and then guys from the community, guys I work with that have PlayStations. It gives me an opportunity to actually play with them because I won't play Fortnite. So this is pretty much my best option. And I'm pretty excited for it. So I'll probably definitely pick this up.
Hell yeah. Hell yeah.
Yeah.
What else did I play this week, guys and girls? What else did I play this week? I don't know. What the fuck else did I play?
Gears? Borderlands.
No, Gears is done. I haven't bought Borderlands yet. I don't know if I ever will.
What about Control? Did you get that?
No, it doesn't interest me.
Yeah. I see that game is like in some people's kind of their game contender of the year. Just look it on Twitter, not anybody in the community, but it's kind of up there with Sekiro and a few other games, which I was surprised about.
Well, I really feel like this year so far hasn't had a whole lot for Game of the Year contention yet. What do you guys think? Like initially, like
Division 2?
AAAs. Yeah, like Division 2 was a big one. And then, I don't know.
Resident Evil 2, Sekiro came out. Sekiro. And then, what else came out? Borderlands 3 has come out. Madden, FIFA.
Yeah.
I don't fucking know, man.
I mean, we do have some really good heavy hitters coming, because we have Call of Duty, we have the new Star Wars, we have the new Ghost Recon.
A lot of good stuff
coming. So we have a lot coming around the corner here real quick. It's going to make it real tough.
It's all in the next month. Literally, like, the next month, there's like 10 games coming out, guys.
It'd be a good time to get a $25 gift card.
It would be a very good time to get a $25 gift card. You can do that by joining our Patreon at patreon.com/horriblegamers. That's right. Get yourself a $25 gift card next month for just being a Patreon, I guess. Yeah. Woo!
We're going to do that on the 19th of next month?
Sure, the 19th of next month. But I haven't played anything else, dudes. I thought I played something else. I just can't remember what I played. Interesting. But yeah. Anyways, whatever. Gunny can go next since Gunny wants to talk. I see him wanting to talk. Go ahead, Gunny.
I don't want to talk. No, I'm kidding. The only thing I played this week was Borderlands 3.
Oh God!
Yeah. Hey, I didn't play much, so there's not much to even talk about. Because most of it was just by myself.
What was it?
Earlier in the week, that was pretty much it. Just made it to level 10. Made it to Sanctuary. And yeah, just more Borderlands, folks.
How good is Borderlands, Gunny? Should I buy this game?
Okay, so it totally, like, playing it this week, right? I totally just get the Borderlands 2 vibe. I don't think it's a bad thing where I went, God, like, they really didn't evolve much, Or, man, I feel bad about this purchase. Like, shit, I could have, like... No, I still feel pretty good about it because it does have that, it has that fresh story and, it's not... it's just more fucking killing people with a million guns. That's really what it is.
Crazy guns. Fun guns. Have you seen some of the crazy guns they got out there that there's this gun, Jesus, that like when you're done with it, you can throw it, and when you throw it on the ground, it becomes a turret, and then another one just spawns in your hand, and you have a little turret sitting in front of you.
So I really like the shotguns, and there's a couple that you can kind of use them as a shotgun, or you either hold down like the right trigger, and there's like a meter that goes up, like depending on how much power you want to give each shot, and then release it on the enemy. But one of the cool shotguns that I like is where Yeah, once you throw it, just like in the last Borderlands 2, where you throw it and it'll explode. But in this game, what it does is you throw it, it hits the ground, and it'll say "shoot me" right in big letters. Where it's like, okay, if you shoot the gun, it'll actually make a big explosion, damage the enemy, including yourself. So you got to be careful about that. But one of the cool things is, let's say you kill an enemy in that area, and the gun just says "shoot me," right? The great thing is it doesn't disappear. If, let's say, another enemy comes out like 20 seconds later, what I did was I was sitting there, I'm looking at the gun on the ground. It's still saying "shoot me." The gun grew legs and ran over to the dude. I was like, yes! My gun just grew legs and ran, little black legs, like broop, like a spider, just ding, 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 and then ran over to the dude, and I was like, cool, I'll shoot it now. Boom, you're dead. That was a pretty cool moment. I was like, what the hell? That was pretty awesome. So
there's just so many guns. Like I've seen, like I watched some videos. My son, who's played quite a bit, he's like up in the level 20s now. Like he showed me like a sniper rifle. When you shoot him, it tags him, and then all of a sudden like 5 drones kind of fly out of that guy that you shoot, and they all start electrocuting him at the same time. So no matter what he does, he is moving on in his center, getting electrocuted. I have heard of a gun. I haven't seen it. It's a gun where you shoot him with a dart, and I think somebody made reference to it. It's from I'm trying to remember the movie now with Bruce Willis in it. It's a space movie.
Fifth Element.
Yeah,
yes, the Fifth Element. It's the gun in the Fifth Element. So when you shoot the guy, it tags him, and you can fire around corners. So you just fire blindly, and the bullets will track the person down.
That's dope.
Yeah.
I found one that I seen a video of one that shoots hamburgers. It's like a grenade launcher.
You guys are making me want to buy this game. Just the dumb shit you're saying.
Yeah, so I just had to Google real quick, and some of the there's tons of Easter eggs in this game, Jesus, and just a couple of the Easter eggs they have like a Captain America shield type thing per character, but they have a Rick and Morty reference. It's called Wick and Warty, and it says that they
Rick and Morty.
This is names that sounds extremely familiar to Rick and Morty. It's a popular anime TV show. It didn't really say what it does. It just tells you where it can be found. But they have actually, have you guys played Diablo where the little loot goblin runs across on Diablo? There's a loot goblin that runs across the game occasionally, and he'll start throwing out like guns and stuff if you shoot him. So you can like all go after him and stuff. I'm trying to think what else there was. There's just some really, really crazy guns. There's this one gun, if you throw it, it starts floating in the air, and then it spawns another one in your hand. Oh, if you have another one, that gun will float in the air and start shooting people while it's floating, and you'll have one in your hand. But if you throw the one that's in your hand, it explodes and becomes ammo clips, and they all fly to that gun that's floating in the air, and it completely reloads all the ammo in it. And it just, on top of the crazy guns, Jesus, I didn't play a whole bunch of Borderlands 1 and 2, but it has a lot, like, you have vehicles and vehicle customization. So, like, you find a vehicle, and say there's, like, bandits driving around in this cool vehicle. You shoot the bandit out of the car, and you can actually jump in the car, and you can drive it back to a station like you would in, like, Grand Theft Auto, and actually warps it into your inventory so you can load this vehicle up at any time. But you can swap out parts, so you can like change the wheels and stuff on vehicles, and you can do different things like that. There's like a single bladed motorcycle my son has. He showed me.
That one's pretty nice.
He showed me this like armored SUV, and then the wheels fold up underneath it, and it hovers, and you can fly around the map with it.
Dope.
And then you can you can hit the button again, and it will transfer, and it will be on the wheels. And then there's like a big bone plow on the front, and you can just start running into enemies, and then you don't take any damage with it. And then it has a big old cannon on top of it. And when you're playing multiplayer, your players with you can jump up in the back of it and fire and man the cannon while you're driving around, which is kind of cool. And Gunny, you said you didn't get to play multiplayer?
No, in Borderlands 3.
Yeah, so something really cool.
Not this week. Yeah.
Okay, yeah. So when I played my son, he was like, I think at the time, like level 21, and I was like level 7. In my game, all my characters were still basically like my level, and on his game, the characters were his level. So I don't know how the game like does it, but like, so he does the equivalent damage to if that guy was a level 23. I'm doing the equivalent damage if the guy was like a level 7 or whatever I was at the time. So like, it's just as hard for him to kill the enemies as it was for me to kill the enemies. So it was like level specific for each of us.
Good.
Even though we were both attacking the same enemy. It's really cool how they did it. So we really all felt like we were, regardless of level, were contributing, with each other. So just kind of, and I got to play with Ghost Nico, myself, and then my oldest son was playing and kind of helping us through. And like I said, he was showing us all the gear that he had and different guns that he had that were really cool. But it's a lot of fun, Jesus, actually. I haven't heard anybody complaining about the game yet. Like, nobody ever complained about their purchase of it. But they're also all fans of Borderlands. So,
yeah,
lots of crude humor, lots of poop jokes. There's like a poop gun skin you can get where your gun looks like poop. There's one that launches I think it launches poop, and when it hits them, it puts like a pile of corrosion on the ground, and it's like almost like acid or like a whatever kind of
area. I think I got shot with that gun several times, but not sure if I've had it yet. But you know what? I mean, that's the only thing where when I'm playing by myself or whatever, and I'm trying to take care of other tasks outside of gaming, and I keep coming back, so it's harder to get into like a match with somebody or a gaming session. But it's kind of like I always get that feeling, Jesus, where I'm like, man, I wish I had somebody here to share it with, or to talk to while we kill enemies.
Should I buy this, Gunny?
I think you should buy it because if you can play it with, with people that are going to be there to play it with for a couple hours, I think you would have a lot of fun with it.
I'm enjoying it. Like I said, I've had people to play with. Ghost Nico has it in our community. MechMod has it. Drex has it. My oldest son has it. And I'm trying to think who else I know. There's a couple other ones I know that have it, but
I was going to say also that, we've got a lot of games coming out this year, so you can wait, right? You could still buy this game 3-4 months, a couple, going into November, December when they, when they'll be half off, $30. Then I'd say pick it up.
Yeah, definitely.
But by then I'll be playing Call of Duty all day, every day.
But I think you could take a break from that and actually go in and, play some cell-shaded shit with some folks.
It's like I said, it's a lot of fun. It's just it definitely does not take itself serious. It's just kind of over the top. Like the first character you kind of run across is a guy that runs around in his underwear and a cape, and there's a mission you can find posters of himself, and he's like,
yeah, I forgot his name, but I think he was in the tie-in story between.
What's the difference between the deluxe edition and the standard edition?
I think the deluxe edition gives you a few more legendary skins. There's a lot of characters. There's 5 or 6 character skins. There's 5 or 6 different heads you can put on your character, and the deluxe edition gives you more. Is that the $100 one?
No, that's the $79 one.
Okay, because I think the $100 one then gives you the battle pass too.
The season pass, right? Yeah.
They also, I see online too that they're doing a Halloween event, so there's going to be actual skins we're going to be able to download for Halloween. So
yeah, and they did that in Borderlands 2.
That way.
We all had pumpkin heads back then doing the. That was
I have a horse head and I have a bobblehead I can put on my character.
I can get 10% off Green Man Gaming for my first purchase.
On PC?
Ooh, yeah.
Yeah, it's not something I think you need to play immediately. You need to play this story.
No, I already bought it, Gunny. I already bought it.
What? You got it? Cool.
It was your fault.
Nice.
Hey, remember, I'm playing on Xbox here, so we can't. There is no crossplay going on.
Oh, what? You're playing? What?
Yeah, me and Ryan are on the Xbox, bro.
Hey, you got it on PC, right?
Who,
You bought it on PC?
Yeah.
Yeah. That doesn't sound very sure yet. I think he's still purchasing. Yeah.
Yeah.
But I can play with it. Actually, I'm going to have to start having more free time here coming up. I'm going to start not working as much overtime here coming up. So I'll have a lot more Thursday nights and Friday nights available.
Nice. Yeah, so I'm probably going to buy it with this 10% off. Because 10% off is $6, bro.
Mayo, with the... I did play some... I'll come back to that in a minute. The fast travel system, Mayo, have you had any real issues with that, trying to navigate? via fast travel? Yeah, my only thing was when you go to like this second planet, while you're, after Sanctuary, they take you over there for the next, where the story continues is, I was like, okay, I think I need to go back and just do a little bit more grinding because those enemies were a little tough just trying to play by myself. And I thought, okay, I can have fun just going back and trying to do that was a little confusing, I thought.
Yeah, I haven't gotten past. Basically where I stopped the other night was at Sanctuary. We played there with my son and I. We went up to. We did a couple of missions. Did the part about the siren and all that stuff. I won't give any of that away. But ended up getting on Sanctuary and seeing where I could load in the next section. But I don't think I'm going to go there yet. I think I'm going to stay in the first area. Because I still had like multiple side missions I could do there. Yeah. And I just feel like I want to see them. Like, I know I could just grind through the game and just be like, all right, done with it. But the missions are just kind of over the top. And did you see the one, like, as you beat the first boss mouthpiece, the head in a jar? Like, there's one of those. And, like, I didn't do any of those yet, but I want to go back and do them.
Yeah, well, I thought we talked about that before with the head in the jar, right? Didn't we? But I thought that was a side mission.
Yeah, it's a side mission.
Yeah. I did that one. That was funny. That was pretty cool.
Stuff like that, I want to go back and just build experience.
Yeah, because I would have had a totally different experience if, let's say, I didn't go fast travel back, right? And I would have continued on with 2 other players, or possibly 3, and then we could have just kept going, right? We would have just, progressed further into the story. I wouldn't have died so much just playing by myself. Being at that, whatever I was at the time, it was like 9. I was like, okay, I'm getting a little too far ahead. Like, I'm wasting all my ammo trying to kill these enemies, so. Even though Zero was helping me, it didn't really help.
Not to do real complete, I'm still looking at some of the Easter egg type stuff. There's characters named Pain and Terror, and they're making fun of Penn and Teller, and they look just like them, just like the Borderlands player.
Oh. Yeah, and the protagonists, I mean, they're definitely over the top, cultish leaders or whatever, but it's nothing too exciting.
Stranger Things going. Interesting.
Yeah, go play it, guys. And just more Gears pop, playing some Horde mode, little verses, and yeah, I'm still getting that like where it's like the matches come out and it's a draw. I'm like, why the hell are these draws? Like, are they just? I think they're doing this to everybody to try and, I don't know, maybe balance it out, or I'm not sure what's going on with that. So, and I know these are actual Xbox players, because a few of them you'll get people from Xbox, it'll show the logo, and then you'll play with bots, right? Because it won't show the logo. Okay, then it's like, well, how am I still getting draws on the bots? It doesn't make any sense. So they need to do some further updates to this game, because I'm like, fine, if I lost, I lost. I'm gonna keep going. I need to get back in there and and win some matches. But it just seems stupid what they've been doing lately with Gears Pop. So
yeah, I've been hearing a lot about that. Like, I'm not at that point yet. I think I'm only sitting at like 780 gears or whatever it is, and just kind of playing through it when I want to get time. Like, if I have a couple minutes of downtime, or I think about it, and I'll jump on. But
yeah, other than that, that's all I've been playing. What about you, Mayo? What have you got?
My story isn't a whole lot different. I started my week off. I did play some Gears 5. I did think I was going to try and grind through a bunch of Gears 5. So I'm like, I'm going to sit down, really enjoying the campaign that I played. Like, this is a lot of fun. I streamed it a little bit, and I'm like, I'm going to sit down and I'm going to play a good chunk of this game and get it knocked out. So I started going through, and I was in Act 2, Chapter 4, I think, at the beginning of it, maybe. And I played through it, and that chapter, or that act, I guess that chapter was kind of long. I was surprised. I kept having to fight a couple, like, stronger enemies, and then, you kind of go to an area, and they're like, okay, you have to leave, now you have to go over here. And you probably remember the story, just is there's a part where you have to go to the mine, and you get some explosives to maybe break some kind of ice, and that's where there's a beacon or something like I was going after at.
Yeah.
And I couldn't figure out how to get there. I'm like looking at, I could see it on my map, and I'm just like cruising around.
Yeah, because under the ice.
No, I knew that was an advance, but I couldn't find the mine at first. I don't know why. I was just not finding it, and I literally had to look it up.
Oh,
Like,
shit.
I was driving around for like 20 minutes. So as I'm playing, and then like my oldest son is sitting behind me, Dad, play Borderlands with me. Dad, play Borderlands with me. I'm like, all right. So this is where I ended up jumping on some Borderlands and had a pretty good time. Like I said, Ghost Nico was around, so I hit him up on Discord, and the three of us got on, and we ran a handful of missions, but most of the time my boy was just showing off like all his cool gear. He's like, look at my truck I have, and then he's like, look at my motorcycle I have, look at my gun I have, and then he'd be like, look at this gun, look at that, and then he would drop some guns for me though. He's like, here, I have like 30 legendaries, so he starts throwing legendaries down. He's like, pick those up and save them for later, you know. Nice. So I'm like, okay, and he goes a couple of legendaries, and nice. But again, we played through a little bit, got to Sanctuary, and it was getting to be about 12:30 at night, and I had just a little bit more time left, and I'm like, Ghost, I'm going to go ahead and jump on and check out Call of Duty. That was the first night I got an access to beta, and I did not pre-purchase the game, and NVIDIA just actually sent me a code, just said like, congratulations, out of the blue, you are now able to play the beta, and here's the code to redeem it on Activision. So went in, activated it, jumped in, played a couple of rounds. I played like 3 or 4 rounds. Logged off, went to bed, pretty much got up next afternoon, jumped back on, and like just blindly, again, not really knowing Call of Duty that well, I was just treating it as like team deathmatch. And I was glad to hear you explain a little bit ago about the headquarters mode. I was a little confused on that one because they kept saying, like, headquarters captured, and I'm like, okay, well, what am I doing now? Yeah. And it would say something about spawn. And
yeah, you gotta.
So
yeah, if you capture it, you lose your respawns or whatever. So the team that is attacking, they have to pretty much attack you and take over your thing and like not let you get as many points or whatever out of it.
And we won pretty big. That one is like we doubled the score up, I think, on that one. But I had no idea. And I was just like, okay, So then, and I was doing the quick play, so it would just put me in a different mode every time. So half the time I didn't know what was going on. I just treated everyone like a team deathmatch, and I was just trying to learn the map and just get a feel of the shooting.
Nice.
I like the shooting. The shooting feels pretty nice. The movement feels nice, and I enjoyed the little bit I play. So I'm actually, like I said, looking forward to it with the cross play and all that fun stuff. It kind of gave me that not Call of Duty, but it kind of gave me that not Rainbow Six Siege. It gave me the CS:GO feel, like a couple of the missions, like the graphics and the atmosphere, like that one with the like the shipping tank containers and stuff.
Yeah.
You feel like a CS:GO map, like going through. I'm like, this is kind of neat. But I was surprised by how many like buildings and little windows and peeking points and. Like I can really.
They seem to have a lot of those in this game more than ever before. Like lots of little shit you can hide behind or climb on top of or go through or tunnels or like air vents and shit you can crawl through. Like little shit you can crawl through to get to in like a room. They have a lot of that in this game more than ever before in Call of Duty.
And I seen. Did I hear that you can like? I was able to like creak a door open where you can kind of peek a door instead of open the door. And I think one of my friends was telling me that you can throw a grenade in there with the door cracked.
Yeah,
which is kind of cool. But yeah, so I played a little bit of that the next day, and then went back and played a little bit more Borderlands again, and then today I was hoping to get on some Call of Duty, and I just kind of didn't have time today. So maybe after the show, depending on the time.
Yeah, same here. I didn't get any Call of Duty time in.
Call of Duty, man, so good, guys. I wish it was out right now. If Call of Duty was out right now, I wouldn't buy any other game the rest of the year.
It's really? That good, huh?
It's that fucking good. I want to play. I'm telling you, when Call of Duty comes out, well, I'll probably play Star Wars just because I have EA Premium. But Call of Duty is so good that like I don't think I'm gonna play any other multiplayer game the rest of the year for like the whole year.
Oh, that's cool. I'm excited to play it.
I'm fucking hyped on Prestige all the way in Call of Duty this year.
Sweet.
Prestige Master, bro.
Yeah, I know. Yeah.
Oh, I did play another game this week, guys. I forgot to mention that. When I opened up the Epic launcher, I realized I have it installed. I played some more Rebel Galaxy Outlaw.
Oh, yeah, I almost forgot about that game.
Yeah, you guys almost forgot about that game because it's an Epic exclusive, but it's still available for purchase. So, played a little bit of that this week. I need to restart that game. It's hard. When you leave the game and come back, and you're like,
the controls and everything, and where you were,
I gotta
and where
do
you're
now.
going.
Like, what mission was I on? What the fuck was I doing? Go to this sector? What the fuck am I doing here? I don't know what I'm doing. I showed up to this new sector on the map, and like all the enemies were like at least 4 times my level. Like they just fucking wrecked me. Like I stood no chance. I was like, oh man. Like, I was like, I need to restart this game. Something. Put it on baby mode or something.
Go back and relearn it.
Yeah.
Is that... I'm trying to think back to Rebel Galaxy Outlaws. If it had that... I could be thinking of a different game where you can press, like... You know, it's like a escape or whatever, or retreat or something. Does it have that option, or sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't?
You don't have that. You have the option to, like, call it truce. Like, not abandon mission, but, like, tell somebody, like, hey, like, I'll give you my shit if you don't attack me. So you open up your little radio communications between you and the other ship, and you're like, hey, dude, I know you guys want to steal my shit, but how about we just make a deal, and I'll give you some shit, and you, like, don't kill me. And sometimes they'll be like, okay, I don't want to waste my bullets on you, just go on. Give us something. Yeah. Or sometimes they're like, fuck you, we're going to kill you and take your shit anyways. Like, we don't care about you. So, yeah, it's a little tough. I think I need to restart that game and replay it. I know Ghost Nico was playing the shit out of it. I kind of fell off of it because of other shit coming out or something. Something happened where I just stopped playing it, but I need to return to it and play it more. Yeah. Yeah. Anyways. So that all we played, guys.
I think that's it.
All right, it's getting fucking hot in here. Jesus Christ, it's hot, guys. I can't wait for winter to come. I'm fucking dying in this room.
Don't say such things.
It's still warm up
down hot here. As shit in here. I can't. I'm sweating. It's hot.
That evil W word.
Oh yeah, winter. Amazing winter. Anyways. I guess it's news time! Give me the sound effects, Gunny. News time! Fuck yeah, moving on to some news this week, people, ladies and gentlemen. We got some news for you. Let's talk about some Ghost Recon. Ghost Recon has now announced a open beta for Breakpoint, and it's coming next week. And that's it.
That's it. Wait, what about Lil Wayne? Lil Wayne's in it. He's talking some Ghost Recon.
Lil Wayne is in the game?
Let's see what it says here.
It says in the trailer.
Yeah, that's what it was. I think that's what maybe a little clickbait over here.
Oh no, Lil Wayne was playing it or whatever. He's in the trailer for the beta. He's like, come play Ghost Recon with me. I'm Lil Wayne. Fuck you, Lil Wayne. No one wants to play Ghost Recon with you, motherfucker.
Yeah, man. But he says right here, it says that the open beta will run September 26th through the 30th with preloading beginning on 24th. Unless you already have it preloaded.
I don't care. Fuck that game. Piece of shit. Anyways, moving on now to some other games.
We care. Me and Mayo do.
No one cares. It's a shitty game.
I enjoyed it.
No one cares, Mayo. God damn it.
Wait a minute, Jason. It says that your beta progress will not transfer to the full game. Nobody cares. You're right. Move it on.
Yep, done.
The Epic Store library finally has a new list view, which I just experienced right now, actually, looking at my games on the list.
I'm sold.
Oh, my God.
Epic Master Race. This is awesome.
New big library overhaul entered beta earlier this week. And, but Epic has now added a new feature as well. So it's not as comprehensive as Steam's biggest update, but this lets you now sort your games by a list view instead of a grid view. Oh my God. Oh my god! I've always wanted to look at games on the list. Always wanted to do
That's
that.
the only way to look at games. What do you mean?
I always look grid view on Steam, and like sometimes I just switch it to list view, and now like on Epic I could do that.
Yeah, when you have 500 games, it's kind of hard to look at grid view.
Looking at all my free games from Epic, Mayo.
Hey, you know what? I'm starting to get
Epic
in some of
games.
them. My son was actually bragging to me tonight that he's gotten every free game from
Every
Epic.
free game from Epic.
He's up to like 30.
Oh wow,
Yes,
I
it's
missed a few of
show
them.
free games. This week it'll be 36 if you download all the Batman games.
I did. I already own them on
Given
Steam,
away.
but
I only have 3 of them. I don't know how. I assume the other 3 were the Lego ones.
Yeah.
yeah.
Moving on now. There's a suspect who DDoSed World of Warcraft has now been arrested. Earlier this month, World of Warcraft Classic servers were hit with the distributed denial of service, which is a DDoS attack that made a reliably accessing the service a struggle for many players across North America. And now Blizzard community manager followed up to say that after a brief investigation, the suspect has now been arrested.
Good.
Immediately after the distributed denial of service attacks against our game service began, the Blizzard security team worked around the clock with local law enforcement and international law enforcement agencies to track down the source of the DDoS. The forum post by community manager Kyvax reads, "It is our understanding that within a few days, authorities were able to successfully identify and arrest the suspect. Though it seems likely, Blizzard did not confirm whether this individual was the same person who went by UK Drillus on Twitter, who originally took credit for the attacks on September 7th when players first started complaining on the servers." Says UK Drillus would tweet out 30-minute warnings before another wave of attack would make logging into WoW Classic nearly impossible on many servers. Shortly after, that Twitter account was deleted. It's an incredibly stupid way to get yourself arrested. In both the United States and Europe, DDoS attacks are considered a federal crime that can definitely lead you to a prison sentence of several years. A federal sentence of several years. Says here the UK is especially harsh with this, with the maximum prison sentence of 10 years.
So you can get several years for doing this. And what was the sentencing for the swatting last week we were talking about?
Yeah, 14 months, right?
A year and a half.
I know. I thought about that. What a sour
Not even
note
a
that
year
is.
and a half. A year and less than a year and a half, actually.
Don't be a hacker, people.
Yes, just call the cops on people, I guess. Doesn't matter much.
But with just related to this, why be a hacker? Why not just go play the damn game?
What do people... Okay, what I want to know, Mayo, you PC man, you must know this. What do DDoS people get out of that?
I have no idea.
They get their
I
jelly
guess
off somehow?
satisfaction.
Probably just like satisfaction and like,
No,
look at what
they
I did, or I don't know.
Is this just somebody that goes like and just wants to read all the comments on all these forums and just how miserable he made people?
It's not like it's not like they're getting money out of it or something. You know, it's not like the companies are paying them millions of dollars to fucking stop the DDoS. Oh no, like no.
Maybe it's like a secret hacker organization and they have to prove their skill. I don't know.
Is that you think that's what it is? Like some secret hacker group or something?
I don't know. I doubt it, but
And they're like,
I
hey,
don't know.
bro, to join our super secret hacker group, you got to DDoS the shit out of Blizzard.
You have to do something original to get yourself known.
Oh, bro. Don't end up in prison.
But why do you get that stuff in general? Why do we have, like a lot of your viruses are actually just like little headache viruses. Yeah. Like some of them aren't harmful. They just would do dumb crap to your PC. You'll start having stuff pop up, and it's just annoying more than anything. And you can usually fix them and find them.
I don't get the point of that shit. What is the point of it? What's the point? I want to know what the point. All right, listen. If anyone out there's listening, you're a hacker. What's the point of a DDoS? Like legitimately, like
send us an email.
You can hack Jesus' account and send him a message.
Do not hack my account and do not send me a message. But what do you get out of it? Because we want to know this. Leave us a comment on YouTube or something. Anyways, moving on to the 2019 Game Industry Best Place to Work Award winners, I guess. Says for the winners of the third Game Industry.biz Best Places to Work Awards in the UK have been revealed. Presented by Amicus. 20 different companies collected best places badges at a ceremony in central London. The best places to work in the UK video game industry are. So here you are, people. We got a lot of listeners in the UK. So you UK listeners out there, you go ahead and go apply at these places, okay? Got a list for you guys. Get ready. Get your resumes ready. Load them up. Get ready to start filling them out, boys and girls. Here. Big Pixel Studios, Creative Assembly, Criterion, D3T, D-Lala, or D-Layla, D-L-A-L-A, I don't know what the fuck they make, Electric Square, Fail Better Games, Hammerhead VR, Hangar 13, Lucid Games, Media Molecule, Mojiworks, Natural Motion, No Code, Playground Games, Rare, Space Ape Games, Studio Gobo, Unit 2 Games, and Unity. Yeah! Says these are the companies that scored the best overall score. So yeah. Anyways.
Shout out to Playground Games and Rare.
Why is this an article? Why did you guys put this in the news? What did I just read this for? Who put this in the news? Did you put that in the news?
Right here, Gunny. Yeah.
Gunny's looking for a job.
Because it's got Playground Games and Rare and Creative Assembly. Criterion, all my good racing games. That's why.
Oh, Jesus fucking Christ. Okay.
I'm a racing game fan.
Oh, wow. Okay, Gunny. Oh. Okay. Thank you for...
And I'm from England. You know that's why, right?
Oh,
name's Henley.
Oh, is that why, Gunny?
Name's Henley.
The English man in you coming out?
That's right. My name is
Henley. They call you England Henley?
Yes.
At your work, that's what they call you? Here comes England Henley.
There is a rugby team there. It's the Henleys.
I thought it was officers.
Named after me.
What are you saying, man?
I said I thought it was Officer Gunny.
That's what they call me at work, yeah.
Here comes England Henley, guys. Settle down. England Henley's here. Heather, boys.
And I use my Australian voice, right? Yeah. Spent more time in Australia than England. But...
let's get here. More news, Gunny. More news.
This next one's a big one.
I don't even have it open. Jesus, what am I doing? Sorry, guys. I didn't have
the other... just came out, what, today or yesterday?
Yeah, it came out, I think, last night.
This came out. It's not loading up for me, guys. It's taking forever.
Go ahead and read that one, Mayo.
My DDoS right now? What's going on?
You got
you're getting hacked.
Yeah, yep. I think I had to stop
the DDoS working?
Take ad block off of that one, because it wouldn't let me in either.
Oh, it says here, the French court now says Valve must allow Steam users to resell games. On Wednesday, French court. Well, you know that's real important, guys. If shit goes to court, it's bad. But if it goes to French court,
it's real bad.
You know, like, that's real bad. Like, French court is some next level shit. Because here on Wednesday, the French people in French court ruled that Valve must facilitate its users in reselling games that are bought on Steam. The rule does not only apply to Valve, rather it will soon be mandatory for every digital store to follow that operate in France. This move is a game changer and can fundamentally change how companies and gamers interact with each other. After 4 years of court battles, the French court ruled the case in favor of UFC Q-Causeur, a French consumer group who first filed the case against Valve. The group believes that consumers should have the right to resell their digital games similar to how they are able to resell the retail physical copies of the game. It says here, quote from them, it says, "So far, dematerialized games, that is to say without physical support such as a CD or a cartridge, cannot be resold or used. Unlike box games, believing that this difference in treatment was not justified, the UFC Q Quasar, or Quasar, asked the judges 4 years ago to declare the clause prohibiting the resale of Steam games abusive. Currently, Valve does not allow reselling of games and have a clause in place that also limits its users to transfer ownership of accounts or game keys to others. According to the current terms and conditions of any digital purchase on Steam or any other online platform that sells digital copies, when a user purchases a game, he is given a license key that is valid for an indefinite time. Unlike a physical copy of a game where the user have rightful owners, no, that's bullshit. No. When you buy a physical copy, this article is not written correctly. When you buy a physical, it says here, when you buy a physical copy of the game, you have rightful ownership of the game. That is incorrect. When you buy a physical copy of a game, you're buying a physical license of the game. So this is incorrect. They're making it sound like you have rightful ownership, but you do not. The publisher still owns the games. Yeah, because you remember that was a big thing with when Twitch was coming out. When Twitch was first. And it was called Justin TV, and people were streaming.
I remember that.
And I remember EA was pissed off that people were streaming one of their games. I forget what game it was. And people were mad at Justin TV for siding with EA. But it came out that EA actually owns the game. Even if you bought a copy of the game, even if you bought a disc version of the game, they still own the game. You just have a right to play it. You don't have the right to ownership. So this is wrong. But this might change everything with this court ruling. It says here, although this ruling might look like a win-win situation for gamers currently, but it might push companies to change their model to that of subscribe-to-play. In a subscribe-to-play model, a predefined library of games will be made available to users at a monthly or yearly subscription fees, such as Origin Access, Uplay Plus, Google Stadia. That's incorrect. That's another incorrect thing. Who the fuck wrote this article, damn it? God damn it, I'm finding a lot of inconsistencies here. So secondly, it might even force some small developers, mostly indie devs, to shut their businesses or offer a free-to-play games loaded with microtransactions to fund the development. It says here, the court also ruled out Valve form? Should be from, right?
Yes.
Another fucking bullshit incorrect thing in this article. Misspelled words. The court also ruled out Valve from keeping funds of users that left their platform, and also ruled 14 clauses that Valve might impose on its users as illegal. Currently, Valve is unwilling to accept the ruling and have filed for an appeal. The Steam store will still function as it is until the case is out of appeal. But if the appeal is upheld, and Valve will be forced to amend the changes to its store policy immediately. So, Valve is appealing. Depends on the appeal, which will take another 2-3 years, probably.
At least.
Yeah. This change might not come. But they're right. I mean, in this situation, do you think companies will change to a subscribe-to-play model?
I think so.
I think it's already happening no matter what.
Yeah, I think these AAA companies are already seeing the writing on the wall. As the article said, though, it did say this court has been going on for 4 years about this. Yeah. And so they had to known, like, okay, well, what if there's a possibility this is lost, and they say people can resell their digital games. So what's the concern here is from my understanding is let's say you're an indie developer, Jesus, and you make a game.
I'm an indie developer.
Yes, and you're making a game, and you make a really good game, but it's only like 5 hours long. Okay? But you made this by yourself, but it's
took me a long
really
time,
good.
guys. It took me a long time.
It might take you a while to make a 5-hour game. I don't know.
It took me 10 years.
But say you make a hit, and you put it on sale for Steam or on Steam, and one guy buys it, and you're getting a percentage of that from you buying it.
And Gunny bought
that guy beats it. Like, say Gunny bought it. Gunny beats it in 5 hours and turns around and resells it right away.
What the fuck?
So maybe he sells it for $450. So somebody would jump on, buy the game for $450. Well, the developer, you Jesus, you don't get that money from that game. You just lost the sale.
You asshole, Gunny.
How much would that affect the indie industry in general?
They can go broke.
I think it would really, really hurt the industry in form of indie games. Now, like AAA titles,
so is this like you're saying this is the online version of GameStop?
Yes. So basically, we what it's saying is, of all this passes and all this goes, I can take any of my 500 some games in my Steam library, and I could sell any one of those games at any point in time. I buy it, I could play it for a week, play it nonstop, and resell it.
But do the stores have a right to set a price for the reselling of the games?
I don't think they will, because I think they'll leave that up to us, because we're the ones selling our product.
Do you, as a consumer, do you have to give a cut for reselling the game to the publisher?
See, that hasn't been answered yet. And if if we do have to give, say we sell everything on Steam.
Mm-hmm. And you have to give them I think you're going to have to give them a cut. I think they'll make a rule where, like, you have to give them a cut.
So Steam will make a cut, but will the developer make a cut? Like, or would that get back paid to the developer? You know, like, so...
Yeah, it's like this slippery slope thing where, what are we going to have, this 100-page guidebook? Or is Steam going to have a 100-page guidebook on how things need to be transferred and redeemed and who gets what percentage and who gets what? It just seems so complicated.
And then, too...
That it would never
just
happen.
Take Steam out of the equation. Say all this goes, and this does happen to Steam. This would also have to go in effect for all your other digital platforms. Epic,
Xbox, PlayStation,
movies, television shows,
movies, television, music. You could probably, because what happens when we do all this in our game industry? Well, the music industry might be like, well, I want to be able to sell my iTunes songs. You know, I've had them for a while.
Well,
and then,
but they've already moved. I think the music industry has already been ahead of the gaming industry in terms of like Pandora, in terms of Spotify, in terms of.
Yeah. But they've gone in terms of services, and that's what these AAA titles are doing. I think they've seen that, and look, everything right now is going to streaming. Uplay Plus, Origin Premiere. You know, I wonder if Valve or somebody else like Epic even are going to come out with something similar at this point to battle this, because then you're not buying a game at all. Now you're just paying for a service.
Who's going to come out with the big pass, like the everything's included pass? That has to be somebody that's going to be able to get everybody together and say, all right, guys, how about we just make like one big mega pass?
I'm sure that Steam, Valve, I'm sure they're working on it as we speak.
All right.
It's definitely happening in the background.
So let's edit all this up for like the passes. So Game Pass Ultimate is $15 a month. Uplay Plus is $15 a month. EA Premier is $15 a month. I'm paying $45 a month for those three. And then one more thing that costs $15, and I'm paying $60 a month. So I'm buying like a game every month. But I'm gonna have access to hundreds of games every month for this price. So that's worth it to me, because if I get all these launch games, not even just regular launch games, I'm getting ultimate editions of these launch games. It's worth it. I mean, think about it. If I don't have Uplay Plus, I don't have Origin Access Premier, and I don't have Game Pass Ultimate, this month I would have spent $60 to get Gears of War. Next month I would spend $60 to get Ghost Recon Breakpoint. You would spend another $60 to get the new Need for Speed, another $60 to get the new Star Wars.
Yes.
Another, like, it all adds up. That's like $240 right there. You know what I mean? Just in 4 games.
I guess.
So you do get a savings if you subscribe to these, but I mean, at what point is it going to be too much? Like, it all flips. It always flips, right? Like, we're seeing it now with people are kind of giving it a backlash to, like, the streaming movies, because everyone's saying, okay, it's getting out of hand. Like Disney's getting into this now, and it's getting to be too much. Like, we're paying $15 a month for Hulu, $15 a month for Netflix. That's $30 a month. And then you're paying $12 a month for Disney Plus or whatever the fuck this shit's called. That's another,
Apple
40-something bucks a month.
Apple has their $5 a month.
Apple has their $5 a month, so that's $45 a month. He's like, you're paying for all this. On top of that, if you do not have unlimited internet, which a lot of people don't, you're going to use up your data. So now you got to pay for unlimited data. Like it eventually it fucks you over somewhere, right?
Yeah.
It's going to fuck you over with the data. It's going to fuck you over with something else. It's like there's a lose-lose situation.
If you cut the, they say they cut the cord. Usually your cable company / internet provider, if you just have internet only, they charge you more. So like in my situation here where I live, if I would have, say, cable and internet package, it's a little, it's cheaper. But since I just have internet by itself and I don't have cable, the price of my internet goes up. So you also got to kind of figure in that too.
No, that happened to me. So like when I had internet last year or earlier this year, I had just internet, right? And I had 250 megabyte down. And it was $160 a month for unlimited. Okay, so granted it was $160, but I was paying $50 for the unlimited on top. So like original price is $110 plus 50 turns to $160, right? Because I was paying $50 for unlimited. Well, I go to the cell phone store and I was upgrading my phones or whatever. The girl was like, "Wait a minute." She was like, I can lower your internet price and increase your speeds, and all you have to do is add like a basic TV package, like the streaming TV on your PC. You can stream like the free local channels or whatever, like channels 1 through 12 or whatever for like the basic cable. Like you get to stream that for free on your devices. And I was like, okay, and how much is that? And she was like, well, we'll drop your internet down to $140 a month. So you save $20 by adding this basic free TV channel package to your shit. But not just that, we'll increase your speeds to 400 megabytes. So they like almost doubled my speeds for adding free fucking TV to my shit. Like they want you to have TV.
Yeah, I did the same thing. Yep. Hey,
I'm crazy too. Is you tell me how much you're paying for internet, and you said you paid how much for your internet with your cap?
$160 with like we have unlimited.
Wow.
With the cap, it would be like $110.
Okay, so here in Ohio, and because we're all using the same technology, right? Pretty much. I mean, I wouldn't think it'd be much different. In Ohio, I am paying $100, and I'm getting a gig down.
Fuck, that's so cheap, dude. How are you doing that? What?
Why is
it's not Comcast, right?
No, it's WOW. It's Wide Open West, they call it.
That's
it's actually where Eric St. Nicholas works, actually, for that company. They cover this side of the U.S. over here. And
damn.
And I feel like it's a really good deal, like to get the gig down. Yeah. But the other thing, too, is another thing I find in service-wise, over here on the East Coast where I'm at, my upload is horrible. It's like utter trash compared to like the West Coast. And that's another thing I don't understand. So I'll see guys on the West Coast that have like a 900 meg down and like a 900 up. Over here, I'm getting like 980 down and I'm getting 60 up. And that's considered good. Like my friends have like 10 up, 15 up. And I mean, you don't really need a whole lot of up, but it's just really crazy that okay, if I move out west, I can get 900 upload, and here in the east, I get 60 upload.
Yeah,
but my download thing.
I did just get an upgrade notification from Comcast this week. Matter of fact, I think it was yesterday or today that we can just kind of reset our modems. So yeah, just a free upgrade deal. So I don't know how many megs it was, but
on top of that,
see that coming before Stadia.
Mine comes with like a whole network thing. They give me like multiple things that plug into the house that extend it and makes it like a thing where I can see it on my phone. I can actually like set time limits. Like while I'm gone, I can like have the internet like shut off a certain time of day.
Yes.
And then so like if my kids are home and I'm not home and I don't want them to have an internet, I can just flick it off like on a timer, or I can just flick it off on my phone while I'm at work and be like, you guys aren't watching any TV or doing any video games.
My kid,
work done. I know it's done.
Mayo, my kid has that app. He's done that to me and the wife. We're like, why are our phones not working? He's like, I don't know. Just to mess with us.
The other way around,
just to mess with us. Yep.
You're supposed to have control over that, Gunny.
I know. I don't know how he got the password. I really don't. I don't know how he got logged in.
Gunny, the password is not.
He's hacked in there somehow.
He's a hacker.
Is he a hacker?
It's a fucking DDoSing you, Gunny.
Jeez, it really just like irked me in a way. I was like, that kid is smart. What's going on?
No, but I think it's going to be crazy, man, in the future where we see games going to all these subscription services, and somebody's got to give. Like, what's going to happen?
And if we can resell our digital media, what's that mean for Stadia?
Yeah.
Because remember, Stadia is just a platform. We have to buy the games on Stadia. So will we be able to sell and trade our games on Stadia? Like, that makes it pretty appealing because I'll play on Stadia, buy the game, sell it later on,
Just keep buying used games on Stadia.
Yeah.
Yeah, and just related to this article, like maybe Valve needs to add something to maybe their terms of service when they're selling games, as far as like, you know, to kind of say, look, you're buying a you know, whatever it is, like the DRM or not.
They've had a lot of
just
stuff
a digital license to play it, and you don't actually own it, or blah blah blah. You know.
Yeah, I watched a real good video on it actually, and they have a lot of this stuff. And basically, this company found a loophole. Is like, okay, well, this is this, and this actually means that, and they got it that way. Is kind of what happened.
Yeah, I mean, what's next? Is it this same UFCQ people, or are they going to go after Microsoft and PlayStation next? You know?
Well, this applies to all digital services and all digital markets.
That was my next question. What about Windows? Okay, so is Windows going to become a subscription service? Are we going to have to pay monthly to have Windows 10 on
I think it will. I think it will.
If not, I could maybe resell Windows. Okay, I'm done with Windows 10. I'm just going to go ahead and sell it now. You know, and Microsoft not get any of that. You know, I'm going to build a new PC. I'll sell it to my son and then just log on and claim.
I think that companies, I think eventually the fix will be Valve allows it. Valve is going to allow the reselling, but the stipulation is that you have to give a cut to them and a cut to the publisher. Whether it's 30%, 40%, something. You're going to have to give something to both of them.
Okay, let's flip it to say it does work out like that, and it makes the publishers happy, it makes Valve's getting money. Does that lead other platforms to adapting this, or do you think where Valve would be kind of leading the way, or is this something that would maybe like, oh wow, this is a nice perk that Valve only has?
No, everyone will adopt it. I think.
I think they would too.
You know, and here's the other thing too.
Everyone would follow.
Would this cause havoc too, where they say, okay, so yes, we now, whatever we're going to allow this or whatever, and the developer's going to get a cut. So let's say it's a year later that this game that Mayo that you know, or Jesus that you made. So what's the market value of that game at that point, right? Do we all agree that game is $30 now, not 60? That's the other thing too.
Right.
They would have to factor in, and then that would just get tied up more in court. Just trying to think ahead on how this would even play out if it becomes, you know, a policy.
If you look at the past, we've talked about like the Steam badges and stuff, and the in-game stuff you can actually acquire in Steam, and you can sell them on the Steam marketplace. A lot of those things, like those badges will drop. You'll get like say 3 badges will drop if you play a game so much, and then you can't get any more badges. And if you don't want to use those badges at all, you can actually just sell those. And when you go to hit sell, it will literally has a graph that tells you like for the last year how much it's gone for every month, what the average sale price was every month. And it will tell you up to within the last hour how many have sold at what price and what the last price one was sold for. So they kind of have a system like that already in effect. So maybe you could take your game, be like, I want to sell it. So you click sell on the game, and that graph is going to come up, and it's going to be like, okay, this game has sold for $9.99. You know, it's like a cheap indie title. It sold for $9.99. This guy sold it for $9.98. 2 other guys sold it for $9.97. So it'll ask you to set the price. So you can set your price to $9.95, and then like on these badges, it would tell you that Steam would take like I think they took like a 1% cut, I think, and so they got 1% of that, whatever you would sell. So they might already have something like this pretty much set up already. Like you could really just kind of flip it over to make it into games instead of badges. And so if you pick a game you want to sell, you can click on it and be like, oh, it sold last week for $12. You know, maybe I'll just try and sell it for 10 and get rid of it. You know, and then somebody can just buy it instantly and it transfers. And they can just leave it up to you, because Valve is very hands-off. They don't like to sit and monitor things. That's like some of the complaints people have about Valve, and it's kind of a good thing about Valve. They are definitely hands-off. So like the review bombing thing and all that stuff, they let users review the games. They don't want to take the time to do all that, but they also don't want to take the time to monitor it. They let the community monitor itself, and that's kind of a
which I think is fun. I haven't, you know, that's right, because that's going to happen.
They're better.
Yeah, like, that's going to happen especially with like an Epic game or what. Who knows that, you know, it did come to Steam first, or it was, or came later, and people are going to review bomb it. That's just the way it went down. So
You just have to know the industry. I mean, if you know like all this controversy is about a game out there, and it's getting review bombed, you can look at the history of the reviews of the game and be like, okay, this game was like 90% positive last month. Then news comes out about the game this week, and now it dropped, and every review is negative, and it dropped 15%.
There's a lot of piling on, Just go to YouTube. You can find channels that...
something's wrong, right? Just use some common sense.
For sure.
But it just kind of, I thought it was an interesting article that what this could mean for the future of digital sales, and if that means that software and developers and stuff will continue to do digital copies, because maybe they're going to see if they're going to start selling this stuff and we're not getting any of these profits, and we're going to lose sales because people are buying used copies instead of buying our new copy, that, why would I buy a new copy when I can just buy it used?
Yeah, so, and I think also the other thing I think we'd start seeing too is just France in particular is that we'd see a lot of developers not putting their game on Steam in France, in that region. Be like, no.
And that was an option, but then that makes Steam look bad or Valve look bad. And one of my friends, Snickersnee from he's from Poland. He says actually the European Union is actually pretty strong. Like, he thinks that what he's kind of saying was basically, if this gets kind of ruled and this is a done thing, that other things are probably going to follow in Europe with it real quick. And so that could really affect the U.S.
Yeah. Because
maybe Valve also they can't sell in Europe, and then and then you're gonna have to try to sell in the U.S. and then you're losing all the sales over there. Have to make up for it over here, and it'd just be a mess. So I don't think Valve wants that bad PR either.
No. So yeah, I continue to fight with a good fight. So yeah, do it.
Yeah, I'm kind of curious how this would go, but this might be one. And the video I watched, they said that if this does go in effect and say it doesn't get overturned or anything like that, their appeal, they lose the appeal. They said it was like Steam or Valve had to pay $3,000 per day that they don't comply or something like that, or it was some crazy number that every day that Steam doesn't have to pay
it's like a fucking fine or whatever.
Yeah, and it would just get worse if they don't comply.
Does this only apply to the country of France though, or does it apply to every other country?
Right now it only applies to would apply to France, but
it would only apply to France, right?
Snickers says that the union over there is really strong in Europe. Like, it would spread to other
European
really
countries.
Fast. Yeah, real quick.
Do you think the United States would step in and be like, yeah, it's the same thing? And I think the United States would be like, no, fuck it. Capitalism rules here, bitches.
Yeah.
Woo, right. Fuck you, Frenchies. We don't believe in your laws.
I don't know, because then people are going to be like, yay, we can sell video games, and there's going to be a fight for it here.
Steam everyone's going to be protesting Steam here.
Again, everybody would pile on.
And then the Epic Store will allow it, and then everyone will switch over to the Epic launcher.
Epic will be pushing it. They'll be like going, look at some evil Steam.
Look what we can do. Yeah, look what the evil Steam do. They don't let you sell your games. We let you sell any game you want.
The Epic Master Race. Maybe this is just like an Epic conspiracy. Maybe they're actually funding this company.
Epic's been doing this for the last 4 years. They own that company soon.
He told them. Tim Sweeney told him they'd buy him a forest in France if they would sue Steam.
Guys, we'll buy you a whole forest just for you guys. Oh, shit. Anyways, fucking evil-ass Epic, guys. You either die a hero or live long enough to see yourself become the villain. Remember that. Steam is either going to die a hero.
Yes.
Or become the villain, Mayo. What's it gonna be?
It could be trouble for Steam too, because we see all these AAA games leaving Steam. Because they're all going to Uplay, they're all going to Rockstar now, because the new Rockstar launcher we talked about, on Discord and stuff. You have Origin, so pretty much only thing left on Steam right now is a lot of your indie stuff. So what happens if the you can start reselling games on there, and these indie developers don't like it,
Fuck you.
and they start
Yeah,
quitting.
screw this.
So I'm not putting my game on Steam where people can sell it. I'm going to Epic where they'll pay me, $2
What
million.
if somebody makes an indie launcher for indie games?
Yeah, they very well could.
Let's make our own launcher, guys.
I could see Steam being in trouble from it if just depending on how this goes. Like, it's kind of interesting. And then it'll be the Epic Master Race, right? Jesus. It has a good ring to it, doesn't it?
Epic Master. It does sounds really like legit. Epic Master Race.
Soon we'll be all bowing down to Epic Master Race, even all platforms that we are on. It's their goal. They're just going to buy one state at a time as they continue to grow.
Yeah. Anyways, man, I got one more piece of news for you here. The Terminator, after appearing in the Coalition's Gears of War 5, or Gears 5 actually, the Terminator is now back with its own game. From the studio that developed Heavy Fire Afghanistan and Rambo, the video game, comes Terminator Resistance. This is a first-person shooter headed to the PC, the PS4, and the Xbox One on November 15th. Holy shit, it comes out this year. November 15th in Australia and Europe. And December 3rd in North America. So it comes out almost half a month ahead of time in Australia and Europe. And December 3rd here in the United States and Canada and Mexico. It says here Terminator Resistance features an original story based on filmmaker James Cameron's 1984 sci-fi action flick, The Terminator, and its sequel, the 1991 Terminator 2 Judgment Day. Resistance will take place nearly 30 years after Judgment Day and expands upon the future war Cameron hinted at in the films. You will play as Jacob Rivers, a soldier in the Resistance Pacific Division who was targeted by Skynet and marked for termination. Resistance will feature brand new enemies to flesh out the Terminator universe, as well as iconic villains like the T-800 Endoskeleton, which was a Gears 5 pre-order bonus. Additionally, Resistance will purportedly include expansive character customization to play how you want. Meaningful choices, Mayo, that will impact the world and its characters, and a bunch of tools to run and gun or hack your way through environments and more. Check out the Terminator Resistance. Dun dun dun. Dun dun dun. Dun dun dun.
The little video played. It actually looked pretty action-packed and entertaining.
It looks it's probably going to be so shitty. Like,
yeah.
We haven't heard about this game, and all of a sudden they come out a month and a half before it comes out. Like, hey guys, we got a Terminator game for you. Woo! Like, it's probably going to be real bad.
Well, what was the other games? Heavy Fire Afghanistan and Rambo. I don't know either one of those games.
I've heard of Heavy Fire Afghanistan, and it was a really bad think of like Marine Simulator in Iraq or some shit, or in Afghanistan, but like Call of Duty style where you're getting shot at all the time. That's what it was, but really bad graphics and really bad gameplay, and it was just bad all
Wasn't
around.
it that it took you 2 hours to finish the game and you got all 1,000 achievement points on Xbox?
Yeah, some shit. It was really bad. Yeah, and then
shoot, 1,000.
Rambo the video game. That just sounds bad.
Yeah, it does.
Rambo the video game.
I think the arcade stand-up was a lot better, actually.
Anyways, are you excited for Terminator?
It looked interesting, but what is with this rising emergence of Terminator all of a sudden? Like, all of a sudden out of nowhere,
he's the shit now.
A curveball out of the blue in Gears. I'm like, what's this Terminator reference in Gears of War? Like, this out of nowhere.
Well, the movie's coming out soon, right? No, because the movie's coming out soon. You remember that? You haven't seen the trailer for the movie?
No, I haven't.
So there's a new movie coming out where it's the Terminator, but it's like, I forget what the fuck. But I know Sarah Connor's like really old now. She's the old chick, right, in the game. So she's really old now, and she's coming back to kill the Terminator.
Again?
Something.
Right? Like the other past two movies?
She's killed him a bunch of times now. They should call her the Terminator because she's fucking those things up. They're not terminating shit or they keep dying. They keep losing. A bunch of robots that sent from the future keep getting killed by a fucking human. They're not very advanced, are they?
It's just her and a handgun, you know?
Yeah, just her and a fucking shotgun killing a bunch of robots. It's not very fucking tactical. Like, how do you send these things to war if a fucking human can just shoot it with a shotgun and take it out? You know what I mean? I don't get it. Anyways. Yeah, there's a new Terminator coming out, man. That's why. It's called Terminator Resistance, I think.
Gotcha.
Is that what the game is called? It's probably based on the movie.
Hey, didn't Metal Gear make a game called Resistance? No, never mind. That was
Survive.
Right? That was a Snorfest. Put
Put
that on Game Pass. There you go.
that was Alan Maybe's favorite game. He was like, "Oh, it was good, guys. It was a good game."
Hey, I played that game with Alan, and I remember we all got that free trial because it was so good. And he was just like, check out all these menus, man. I was like, yeah, they got menus.
Cool.
Yeah,
Stuff.
the gameplay. I like the menus better than the gameplay.
Yeah, I did. No, I remember I liked the menus too. I did like the menus better than the gameplay, that's for sure. Yeah. It says here, guys, one last piece of news that possible Red Dead Redemption 2 PC version was refused classification in Australia. It says here, mystery title from Rockstar Games listed as Bon Air appeared on the Australian Classification Board's website last month, but it was later removed as there is no computer game called Bon Air, according to an email correspondence with the board. It says here, however, a new listing now for Red Dead Redemption 2 was refused classification on August 20th, 2019. It says here, meanwhile, the original listing remains from September 5th, 2018. It says here, blah, 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 that they may be trying to get classification for Red Dead Redemption 2 in Australia for PC. So we'll see how that goes. Australia's pretty strict on like violent shit, dude.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Not very, but I would say they definitely...
Oh, I would say they're pretty fucking strict. They don't allow a lot of shit, dude. Like blood and shit. Wasn't it Wolfenstein that had to take out the blood, or Doom or some shit that had to take out the blood in the game because they didn't like it?
Yeah, probably Wolfenstein.
Or like it's too violent or some shit. And then they don't like drug use either. Like if your game has drug use, prostitution, any of that shit. They're like, nope.
Well, I don't know about prostitution. They do have legal brothels over there that are regulated by the government.
Big no on the drugs, Gunny.
I don't know why they don't like drugs. We have them in America, and everything's fine here.
Yeah, we're a perfect country.
Yeah.
No problems in America, boys.
Yeah, just those e-cigarettes. Those are the issue.
Oh, Gunny, let me talk to you about PlayStation VR. I got a special news article here for you. Breaking news. The 2019 PlayStation VR Mega Pack will include 5 games, Gunny.
Where can I buy it?
This is launching in Europe this fall, or it's autumn. But it may come to the United States. It says here, if you haven't already experienced the excitement that comes with PlayStation VR, this year's new PlayStation VR Mega Pack has everything a PS4 owner needs to get started on your virtual reality adventure. It says here, this brand new bundle will feature a PSVR headset, a PlayStation camera, and vouchers for 5 amazing and popular VR games. The first game on the list is Astrobot Rescue Mission. Second game on the list is Skyrim VR, those are big fucking games right there. Those 2 games are probably, like, you can play them forever on VR. Resident Evil 7 Biohazard, Everybody's Golf VR, and PlayStation VR Worlds. No wands, though. That's weird.
Yeah, I was going to say no move controllers.
That's kind of weird, right? They call it a Mega Pack and they don't include the move controllers, especially when the golf game is in there. Especially when they have the golf game in there. Like, you have the fucking golf game. You need the wands for the golf game. What are you doing? It's not. This is a bullshit Mega Pack, guys.
Game pack, not a peripheral pack, it seems.
Yeah, this is stupid. Fuck this fake news. This is fake news, guys. Sorry for the news, people.
Hey, just without pulling up any notes, did you guys get your Rockstar launchers? I got my...
Oh, I haven't got my Rockstar launcher. So Rockstar released a new launcher this week, guys.
Yeah, I went in. I saw that on Discord and went in and downloaded GTA San Andreas.
Yeah, you get San Andreas for free if you download your launcher. You excited, Gunny?
I'm excited for it.
For
I installed it.
the
I'm
new
going to play
launcher? You
it.
gonna
I
play San
know.
Andreas?
Yeah,
San
gosh, that
Andreas
was a
seems a
good
little
game. They're all
too
good
old.
games, right?
Seems old.
Too
for me.
old.
Yeah.
I need Red Dead
I
to
would
get
have
me to
said
go.
GTA 4.
Yeah, I
That-
need Red Dead now. I would play Red Dead again on PC for sure, but I don't think I'd be able to play like even GTA 5.
Yeah, like we already have it
No,
on
I'm saying
Steam,
for
so
free. They should have gave out GTA 4.
This should have gave out GTA 4. I
I'll
agree
bet
with
you. How much you want to bet, guys? That'll be probably next month. Boom, GTA 4 for free.
Oh, you think they're
We're
gonna
like
do like
Epic. We give
monthly?
away free games.
You think everyone's gonna be like Epic now, where everyone gives away free shit every month?
That, and then they're going to announce game streaming service right here on the new Rockstar launcher. Pre-order for Red Dead
$14.99 a
Redemption
month, and you
2.
can play GTA 5 online and Red Dead when it comes out.
Huh? Yeah.
Another monthly subscription. No.
Fuck that. What else do we got? I think that's all we have for news, people. I mean, that's it, really. Like, what do you want? What else do you want from me? I don't know. I don't know what else to give you. I'm done. I'm done, Gunny. You know what that means?
It's been a light news week, especially it's like Call of Duty test week. I mean, how can we have news when we gotta be testing Call of Duty?
Yeah, like
right?
yeah. Everyone's playing Call of Duty right now. No one gives a fuck about the news.
Yeah.
Fuck the news. Fuck you, news.
This news wants to be PlayStation's better than Xbox or Xbox better than PlayStation.
Usually it would be right now. Like right now, it would be like Call of Duty beta runs better on Xbox or some shit. You know, like some news like that. But now like, crossplay, it doesn't matter. Like whatever. We don't give a fuck where you play.
Jesus, have you run into one of my friends at work? Ran into he was. I think he has all consoles, right? And he was playing, I think, on his Xbox, and he got into a game, and he had the voice chat on, and they were like, Xbox players suck.
Yeah.
They're the worst players ever. Yeah. And then, like, he said they muted them, and he said they just, like, slaughtered these guys. And, you know, and he unmuted them at the end, and they were like, Xbox players still suck. So you're going to run into a lot of
I told Brink today, I told Brink this exact same shit today, Mayo, when we were, because we were sitting there, and we were talking with Orange Pigeon and Penpoint Red, and I think Native was even in the lobby, but we were talking about, because we were all in an Xbox party, and we were talking about how I told Brink, like, dude, watch when the game launches and people are playing this shit, there's going to be so much trash talking between the lobbies. Like,
yes.
Fuck you, Xbox, you fucking suck. Fuck your console. Fuck you, PC, you fucking piece of shit PC. It's going to be so much shit talking between
you crummy Xbox.
You fucking PC hackers, all this shit.
I seen a funny video. I don't know. I just kind of came across my YouTube feed, and there's Shroud was teamed up with D'Angelo Russell from the Lakers, like basketball player.
Yeah.
And he was playing against a pro Call of Duty player. His name started with an S. I can't remember his name. Is it like Scum or something like that?
Yeah.
But I guess this guy's like really, really good, and he had Karl Anthony Towns on his team, and so they were all bragging. I guess these pro Call of Duty player beat Shroud and this D'Angelo Russell. They were doing the 2v2, so like D'Angelo Russell was just dying left and right. He was like bad. He was like really, really bad, like point blank missing people by like 6 feet, you know, in game screen. You know? He's just like, bah, 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 bah. So poor old Shroud's like over there fighting this Call of Duty pro, and Karl Anthony Towns actually played really well. Like he was doing really good. So like Shroud is like just going, you know, fighting both of them basically by himself. Well, then Shroud and D'Angelo Russell lose the tournament, and so like in the text chat all over YouTube, it's like, oh, the greatest PC mouse and keyboard player ever, you know, the best aim lost to a controller player, you know, and there's like all this stuff on there. Then everybody else on there's like, yeah, but his partner, D'Angelo Russell, was complete garbage, you know, and he was even playing in sunglasses and had the screen really bright. It's like, so I'm sure it's kind of rough,
shit.
but you could just see the fanboyism right there. Just like they were like, yeah, it's because he was playing on console and Shroud is playing on PC, and it just goes to show that the PC players aren't any good, But if it would have been the other way around, it'd been like, the PC guys have been like, keyboard and mouse is way better, and it's just funny. There's gonna be no win into this debate.
Oh, there's gonna be so much fucking like I told Brink like this is. We thought the console war was over, like starting to die out. No, the new Call of Duty's making sure they're reigniting that console war, motherfucker. Everyone's gonna talk shit now because now everyone can talk to each other.
It just got ramped up to like a 12.
Yeah, fuck yeah, it did because everyone's gonna be playing the shit out of this Call of Duty and everyone's gonna be talking shit.
How many messages, Jesus, do you think I'll get that'll just be uninstall?
So uninstall. Fuck you, PC Master Race. You fucking suck. Ha ha, PC sucks. PC Camper Race. I could already see all the fucking insults thrown at us. PC Camper Race. The PC sucks. Fuck you. You fucking
See, I'm going to be the Xbox guy tweeting over at Sony PlayStation saying, I hate your community.
Sony PlayStation is going to be like, fuck you, Xbox fucking hobos.
Eventually, someday Nintendo's going to get in there.
Nintendo's chilling right now on the side.
Yeah. All right. We're just kind of chilling over here with our Zelda.
They're throwing darts. They're poking the bear left or the right. They're poking the PlayStation people. Like, hey, these Xbox guys said this. Seeing how much stuff they started.
Fucking yeah, man. It's gonna be insane how much shit talking there's gonna be, and it's weird because as a PC gamer, you can hear both lobbies. You can hear like the people talking shit. It's kind of weird. So,
I guess too, they're kind of a neat thing in the settings. I guess I was talking to somebody at work. You can split your audio in the game. So I did not know this, right? And my Oculus was hooked up and it was sitting on top of my PC. And when my son was playing with you last night, Jesus, he's sitting there with his headphones on, and I'm sitting beside and I'm watching you guys play. And all of a sudden I'm hearing voices. I'm like, what the heck? Like, I know that's not coming through his headphones because these headphones are like noise canceling. And then I hear it again. And I hear it again. I'm like, what is it? I pick up my Oculus, and the sound is coming through the TeamSpeak and the chat is going through my Oculus headset, and the in-game sound effects are going through his headphones. So I'm like, what on earth? Like, we didn't change anything. I don't know how that happened or whatever. So I ended up like unhooking my Oculus from the back of the PC, and then he was like, "Oh, it's fine now." But he was trying to play that night mode, and at first he didn't know what button he had to hit to turn the night vision on. So he was trying to do it without night vision, without any communication. And he was struggling.
Yeah, it tells you right in the beginning, like, well, for me, it's hold Y or hold triangle on the PS4 or hold Y on the Xbox controller. So I'm assuming it's something like that on the PC.
I don't know what key he had to hit.
Whatever it is to switch guns, I think it would be it. But anyways, yeah, man. I'm excited to play Call of Duty, and I'm excited to see what's going to happen there, and I look forward to it. Like, a legit Call of Duty, man. It's going to be fucking awesome. And that new 32 versus 32, we got to get in on that, Gunny. Gunny, you got to add me on there so we could be friends before the game comes out.
All right. Yep, I've got an Xbox and PlayStation. I'll add you on the BattleNet launcher.
It's really complicated as fuck how to add people on that thing. It really kind of is. It's stupid the way they did it. Like you'd figure, like, if I'm playing with you, Gunny, and I invite you into my lobby, and Mayo's not your friend, and I invite Mayo, that Mayo could just tab over to your name and add you as a friend?
Yeah, yep.
That doesn't work that way. No. He still has to search for you and add you to the search bar. He cannot just click on your name. You can't just click on your name and add you, but it's weird because you can go through your recent players and click on your recent players and add them, no matter what they're playing on. So it's fucking weird how like this is set up. Maybe they'll fix it before the launch comes out, but like right now that's really dumb the way they have it set up. Anyways, Gunny,
yo,
what time is it?
Hey, it's time for it's the console and launcher time.
Community question time!
Yeah! All right.
You're talking about any console and launcher time? What the fuck?
That's where we announce our
beef time.
Our PlayStation Plus games and our
Xbox
Gold.
The fucking shit Evan requested?
Yes, but
God,
since I already talked about
Evan.
the games that were coming out for the end of this month,
Okay.
I thought I would mention that evil Epic Store.
Oh shit! Okay,
Yes.
the evil Epic Store. Oh wow!
That's what I was
Wonder
calling
who
it.
picked that name, Mayo. Huh? Wonder who picked the evil Epic Store
Yeah,
name.
Gunny picked it. Hey, I said the Epic Master Race earlier. Remember?
Oh, I guess, yeah. Okay.
So
Whatever.
this week, Evil Sweeney is giving out the what do they call it? The Batman collection, celebrating 80 years of Batman. So
Oh, that's cool, man.
you log
80
in-
years. That's a long time. It's almost as long as you've been around, Gunny.
I know. I was just thinking back when I was a
That's
kid, like
insane.
Batman
Think about-
just came out in the comic books.
You remember when they
Was he
invented
freaky to
Batman?
you? Was it freaky when you first seen him come out and be like, what is this crazy character?
Jeez.
Fucking Gunny.
And being sick,
Hey,
I probably
Gunny.
sound like super old today too.
It's cool, man. It's cool. Like I remember as a kid, I was Batman when I was like 5 for Halloween.
Oh, me too. Yeah.
I really wanted to be Batman, but my cousin wanted to be Batman. But I was like, no, fuck you. I want to be Batman. You're Robin. And he was like, no, you're Robin. I'm Batman. So we had like almost fight for who wanted to be Batman. And then we both ended up being Batman. So there you go. Batman for life, bro.
Yeah. Yeah, that was such a good show too back in the day. That was actually on TV back in the 70s? I don't know. It's been a long time.
Adam West Batman.
Yeah.
I wasn't around back then. I can't comment on that. I wasn't around back then, Gunny.
Yes, sir. You millennials.
Something that's kind of interesting too. They did. I don't know if you guys knew this or not, but it just came out. I got home from work today. My son, who plays Fortnite all the time, was saying they put Batman skins in Fortnite,
Actually looks really cool.
and they actually have like a little Gotham. Like I don't know if it was like Tilted Towers or he said something like I don't know, but he said they have like a little Gotham thing, and then he said like one of the guns that used to be like I don't know, but it has like a grappling hook. They replaced it with the bat.
It's like the plunger or
grappling hook
whatever,
thing.
yeah.
Okay, yeah. So he says it was really cool. So it's kind of neat
Yeah,
how
like
they
your
threw it in the game.
little your parachute, your little fucking glider thing is like the fucking bat wing thing, the fucking plane thing that he flies.
Nice.
Yeah.
The
So
bat
he pulls that out, yeah. Is that what it's called? The bat wing? I feel that's what it would be called, wouldn't it?
That's what his plane was called, I thought.
I thought that's what the plane. Yeah, I thought that was what the plane was called. Oh, this is called something. I wonder could the
Probably is the Batwing and the Batmobile. Yeah. What about the
Bat
Batbike?
Bird?
The 70s, it was like the bat glider.
Is that for Batgirl?
It's a bat bird. Yeah, I know it's a Batmobile. I don't know. Is it the Batwing? Would it be called something else?
I don't
The
know.
Bat Glider. What else did he have? I know he had a motorcycle, Gunny.
Yeah, but
Called
then
the Bat
Batgirl
Bike?
took the bike, remember?
What-
Then
what
kind of
was
became
it?
hers.
Was it called the Bat Bike?
I don't know. I just said that.
Did he call everything Bat something?
I think so. I know the 70s one did because he's like, I have my handy dandy bat rope over here. Or
My Bat Boomerang.
I remember there's an episode he had a shark repellent. And it was like his bat shark repellent or something like that.
The Bat Shark. Isn't his boomerang? Doesn't he call it the Batarang?
Yes.
The
Yep.
Hey,
Batarang.
good name for that.
That's a pretty good fucking cheesy name for that thing. What else does the Bat have? The Bat. Yeah, I was feel like the Bat Bike would probably the Batsicle.
I thought it was the
Bat Cycle. The Bat Cycle would
There you
probably be. That's probably what it's called. It has to be called the Bat.
But I
Plane.
like how he had that. Was it the last Batman? He had that like the 3-wheeled vehicle.
Yeah, well,
It
the
was
one
kind of
that
nice.
the back wheels rotated or some shit, wasn't it?
Yeah,
Yeah.
that was pretty cool.
It was pretty dope. It was a pretty badass tank thing. You actually get to drive that in that one game, that Batman game. What the fuck's it called? Arkham Knight?
No, that's not. Was it Arkham Knight? Was the last one?
Yeah, you get the
it was
you get
Arkham
the
Knight, okay.
Batmobile in it. Yeah, the badass fucking car or whatever.
Well,
Robot.
that's included in the
Bat
free
car.
game group, so there you go. Go get that.
But
Epic
it was
Store.
yeah. So it was 6 games, but I only saw the 3 on my list, which was the Arkham Asylum, Arkham City, and Arkham Knight.
Yeah,
So-
there's a separate link. So if you go back to the store and you click on the deal again, it shows like 2 little boxes on top, and one box was the Arkham games, and the other box was the Lego games.
Okay, so maybe I missed those, but
Gunny picked the wrong games.
no, I thought it said that you got 6 games. You got the package deal or whatever. So yeah, those are free on Epic, guys. I'm going to go back and get those right now. But our free game that I think they give out weekly, isn't it? It's called Canarium. That is I believe that's the horror survival game.
Oh, yeah.
Canarium
Yeah,
starts
yeah.
with a C.
Well, no, they were giving that last week. Now it's the Batman games.
Yeah, I think that one expired.
Okay. All right.
Yeah, that one expired, Gunny. You're late on that. I'm sorry, sir.
Damn it. No, I got it. I was able to pick it up last Saturday.
Okay. Well, yeah, right now I'm getting the Batman games, and yeah, the first one is called the Arkham Collection, and then the second one is called the Lego Collection. Wow, how creative of a name.
Yeah, so what do? Do I just search for the Lego?
No, it's just right there. You just click on it, and the box on the right is the Lego one.
Go to the store and go to the top where it says the free games, and then
just click on the right box, and then it'll take you to the Lego ones.
Cool.
Yeah, dude, 6 fucking games to give away this fucking week.
Mm-hmm.
Holy shit. No, I mean, you could talk shit about Epic, but that's a lot of games to give away. You know what I mean?
that is a lot, especially if you don't have them.
Yeah, I don't have them. Fuck, that's like, well, how many bucks worth of shit right there? I mean, at least $100 worth of shit, probably.
Oh, probably, because I think even on Steam, when the Batman games go on sale, like the Lego Batman games, I think they're about $8 a piece on Steam when they're on sale, and then the Arkham games are about $5 to $6 a piece when they're on sale. So let's just say they were $6 a piece on average times 6. You're talking probably $36 to $40 range for the game.
That's on sale. Like, damn,
Right.
dude, like,
Yeah,
that's
that's
crazy.
the cheapest scenario. It did say the original price was $59 for the Batman kit. Like
Yeah.
when you
Because
Oh,
I remember
shit.
that Batman 2 when that came out, and I went, oh, I kind of want to play that one. And, like, the season pass was like $40 for the longest time. It was
Damn.
ridiculous, yeah. So it's just all that license stuff going on. Kind of sucks. Anyway, guys, I think it's time now for community questions. All right, let's get into it. And our first one comes from Jonathan Hall. He wants to know, who got the most? Who banged the most of that alien, man? That alien booty out at Area 51. Who was it?
Who clapped them
sure.
cheeks?
I'm pretty sure it was Jesus. Like, you know, he's the single one over there. I'm pretty sure.
Clap them cheeks, bro. Them alien booties.
Pow!
Don't ask me questions, Gunny. Just don't ask questions.
Yeah. No, we're just going to leave it at that. You got the most. It's fine. I'm going to agree. That's who it was, John. There's a lot. So pretty much like it's hard doing a podcast when, when we were down there this whole time saying what happens in Area 51 stays in Area 51. But that's why we're being discreet. Just
We had to keep reminding Gunny, because Gunny was like wanting to come to the show, and he was like, "Hey guys, I'm just going to tell him everything I've seen." I'm like, "No, you can't do that, because then the FBI is going to be after us." So
yeah, especially after what they told you and Ryan
and
Gibbs, Ryan Gibbs. So I'll talk about that in a minute. Our next one from Brian Tulp. He says, "What secret did you steal on the way out?"
I can't tell you, but then it wouldn't be a secret.
Yeah, I'll tell you. Facebook Messenger. How about that? I'll put it in there.
Anyways.
right,
I'll give you the plans.
Direct message on Discord. If everybody wants to know, you can direct message me on Discord, and I'll share it there.
Yeah.
And then you have to delete it right afterwards, because we can't have a paper trail.
Yeah, we'll do a live stream, and then that gets deleted. Our next one, from Brian again. He says, "What was your go-to move to get in, and what gameplay experience helped you most to get in?"
Naruto running, full speed, at the fence. And then getting inside a cardboard box like Solid Snake and sneaking into the base.
That was my favorite part. I felt really special when I was in that box and we were moving around,
So, felt really, and like the guards noticed the box and they were confused why the box kept moving, but they never went over to check.
I didn't know what was going on at first. I seen the explanation points above their heads, and I'm like, what are we doing? What's going on? Hold still. Don't move.
That's what I was thinking. Like, what the fuck are these guys? Like, did they notice us? And I was like, no, they just didn't.
Okay,
like, hey, what is that? That's all they would say. They would say that like really loud, like every time. I don't know who they were talking to themselves, but they would be like, "Hey, what is that?" And they would just look at it, and like an exclamation point would pop up, and then it's like, I guess nothing, and then they just walk away.
And then we had Gunny over there hiding in the bush, right? And then he like hit the guy, and the guard would fall, right? And he was laying there unconscious on the ground, and the other guard was like, I heard something. What was that? And he'd walk over and look at the bush, and Gunny would just not move. And the guy'd stare at Gunny, and we're like, oh, we're busted. What are we going to do? You know,
it's like the only bush in the desert, by the way.
Yeah, Gunny would just drag the guy into the bush, and
we were like, do we get out of the box and we go attack this guy? And then he like just turned around and walked away from Gunny. Like he was totally confused. He didn't know what happened.
Did not know what happened. I don't know. Remember that one time we peed in the same spot and that big mushroom grew?
Oh yeah, that giant mushroom. And we was able to jump on it and then get higher up on that ledge to climb up over that
was fucking wild
building they had. That was pretty cool.
I mean, and then we had to carry that ladder in there. And then remember Gunny was loaded way too heavily on his right side, and he just kept falling over.
I know. Then you're like, Mayo, hold up his right side so he keeps falling over. We can't have this look so.
I know. And then Jesus, was getting so loud. He kept saying, "Dude, what kind of fucking loadout do you think you start off with?" And I'm just like, shh.
You know, like, quiet, Jesus. You gotta be quiet.
It's kind of wild.
You know, but we did it.
A lot of video game tactics were used. I'm just saying that. A lot of video game knowledge was used too.
So, Brian, to answer your question, I knew going into this, I think, even though I'm not the leader, Jesus is the leader, that's fine. I was like, we should go in like PUBG style. And like, but we know our squad, man. We're just hooting and hollering and shooting our guns and banging every door open. So that's why it was better to go in Metal Gear style.
Yeah, we went Metal Gear style. We went in Kojima style.
Gunny's aim. We know how well Gunny could aim with weapons, so we were like, we better sneak in instead of shoot away.
Yeah. Good call. That was
because my reviving skills aren't very good when it comes to real life. So
yeah, you're not a doctor, huh? Yeah.
That's what it was. Yeah. So success, gentlemen.
Yes.
All right, our next one from Brian. If you could go back in time and invent something or find it first, what would it be?
Google.
Oh, yeah, that would be a good one. See, I was thinking I wanted to be, what was it, Indiana Jones Temple of the Ark of the Covenant? What the hell was the first movie about? Where he goes and finds that whatever treasure from the Bible.
There was something from like a treasure from like a movie you'd like to find. What would you like to find?
Yeah, I definitely...
Like Atlantis. Would you like to find Atlantis or like the Yeti in the fucking snow or whatever, or like the Lost City of Gold or whatever the fuck, El Dorado or whatever. The fuck would you like to find, Gunny? What would you like to find?
I think Atlantis sounds pretty cool.
Atlantis would be pretty cool because that'd be like something that, just, like crazy, breathing underwater and shit.
Yeah, that would be amazing.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think it was the Ark of the Covenant. That's what it was in Indiana Jones. It was an awesome movie. So I would have loved to have found that thing. And then,
I would have loved to find the City of Lost Gold, Gunny. The Lost City of Gold. Whatever the fuck it's called. Something Gold City. I want to find that.
They just have treasures upon treasures, yeah.
Upon treasures.
Never tell
all the gold coins that I don't know what the fuck I'm gonna do with. But all the gold coins.
It'd be priceless.
Yeah.
I think mine would have to be that when we were in Area 51, when we got to that last building and that box was marked super top secret. That thing they had in there that we just we're all just amazed at like what it was, and we didn't really know. Like that's what I needed. Like I can't really say what it was.
But you don't really have it. If you did have it, it would be somewhere, not here, but
right
somewhere.
I want to be the one to be able to invent it and go, or if I could go back in time, I would be the one that invented it. So I would have it, but right now I don't. So I wish we did.
Nice.
Yeah.
But as an invention, I legit would have loved to invent Google. Think about
that's a good one. I thought
all the data you could steal from everyone in the world.
The other one I think about too, when I think about like nerdy tech shit, whatever.
Oh, okay.
Like I even go back to when watching like the documentary on Bill Gates and like his partner and Steve Jobs in them, and thinking like how I think it just kind of boggles my mind, like how did they think to come up with Windows as an operating system? Like I think it just blows my mind sometimes.
Geniuses, motherfucker.
Yeah, I know. And I just thought, holy cow, like, why didn't anybody else think about that? You know, why them? But I want that to be me. I want to be that guy.
Dude.
Do you guys feel like as a society now that we've lost our creativity compared to like what we had back in the eras? Like, you think of like, because the eras before us came up with cars and electricity and
flying airplane. I think about like flying an airplane, like that thought alone of like, you know what, me and you, dude, we're gonna get on this thing and we're gonna fucking jump off this cliff.
We're gonna end up up there.
We're gonna end up in the sky somehow. Okay, no one's ever done this ever in the history of ever. But we're gonna jump off this cliff and we're gonna fucking be in the air for like fucking who knows how long, maybe forever. But let's go. Let's do this. Like, that takes some balls, dude. You know what I mean? Like, something that I don't know, like, nowadays we'd be able to pull off.
Mm-hmm.
Think about, like,
You think about, like, is there something like with the Wright brothers, creating that kind of that first
airplane thing?
Real airplane, the one that actually worked.
Yeah, that actually flew.
That actually flew, yeah, without, like, you wrecking and dying. And, I mean, through all those injuries and boo-boos, and I'll just call them that, right? They were scrapes and bumps, and is that happening now? Like, is that kind of going on?
I wonder, like, nowadays, if like that's still going on, but it's going on more in the technology field, where, like, take for example, like, somebody's trying to create like a robot that's like a human, and they keep trying to make this AI or whatever for this robot that's like a human, but they just can't figure it out,
Yeah.
And the robot keeps coming up with the conclusion that, like, I have to kill all the humans. And the guy's like, no, I must program this thing. And I want to kill all the humans. Like, I cannot just release this thing because it thinks it's going to kill everybody. Like, no, I got to make this to, like, not kill everybody.
Kind of like we don't have...
seen Detroit become human. I need to be careful.
Yeah. I don't want to come across an auto turret. No. I don't.
I think the other closest thing to that nowadays that we have is, like, space exploration. I think that's the next thing, man. Like, legitimately, I think space exploration is the next big, like, thing that we can, as humans, as people, can push forward to. You know what I mean?
Yeah, remember I told you that.
Just in an article that, like, we're gonna launch like an object up to try to hit an asteroid and to see if we can deflect it, to see as like a defense system in case we ever have like a random asteroid or meteor come toward us, that we can deflect it, and they're wanting to test that.
Yeah, they want to test all kinds of shit.
Hey, remember I told you my cousin who's got a PhD in some sort of science-y thing going on? And but she was part of that Mars project. She had signed up for it. Her and her husband, who also has a PhD or a master's at this point in whatever field that he's in. And yeah, and that just never went anywhere. But I mean, it's still kind of on hold at this point because who knows? It could just be with like you said, it's just more of a cost thing for us to kind of get out there and see if we can make it to Mars at this point. And, can we make it there and make it back all in one piece? And what can we learn
I think
from
that, like, yeah, man, I think you can learn a lot from space. Like, not just from Mars or whatever, but like the moon even. And even other planets, not even Mars. Go even further than that. Go closer to the sun. Or go further out the other opposite direction. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, there's so many planets out there, dude, that we can explore and look at and see, like why is Jupiter so much bigger than the Earth? Like, that thing is fucking, like the Earth is big compared to us as humans. Like, we're little tiny things on this little fucking rock on space. But you look at a map and you see how many times Jupiter is bigger than Earth, you're like, holy shit.
It's huge, compared
to
we're
like an ant compared to Jupiter, you know what I mean? And then you look at the sun and it's like Jupiter is an ant compared to the sun. And you're like, how the fuck does all this work? How is this happening right now? You know what I mean? So, like, that's why there's, like, flat earthers, I think, because there's people that cannot fathom, they cannot wrap their heads around how complicated and how crazy that is. You know what I mean? Like, you have this thing in the sky that's like the sun that's that much bigger than us. You cannot even comprehend how much bigger than you it is because it's so fucking big. And I think that's how flat earthers come around. People that just It's easier to believe the Earth is flat and there's a light bulb up there than it is to believe there's a fucking sun.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Because a light bulb, you know what a light bulb is. You've seen one. You haven't never seen the sun, like, up close. You know what I mean? In that kind of scale.
Right.
That's why. I don't know. It's just my opinion. But I think, I don't know, as humans, we should look into space, man.
Yeah, and, you know, we've seen a lot of those sci-fi movies where, like, you know, like Brian said, like, man, what if we can, like, build a, you know, in some kind of, like a booster or rocket or something that, you know, something that would get us out there further and faster instead of it taking, you know, maybe 2 years to get to Mars. But can we do it in 30 days? Boom, then we can go out a lot further, you know, in a short amount of time and get that hyperdrive going, you know.
Gunny, if you had the chance to go at, like, you know how Elon Musk is trying to do that thing where he's trying to send 20 people around the moon or whatever the fuck, and he's already picked out a few people or whatever. If he came up to you and you got a letter from him and it said, like, yo, this is Elon Musk from the Boring Company or whatever the fuck, and I want to put you in space, Gunny. You're going to space for us. For all the podcasters in the world. You're going to space for the podcasters in the world. Would you accept that?
I'm a little claustrophobic, so I'm going to have... No, I'm not a little. I'm very claustrophobic, so I'm going to have to say no.
You would decline that offer to go into space?
Yeah, because I wouldn't be able to make it. I'd just be like...
You'd be freaking the fuck out.
Total panic mode the entire time.
Get me out of here.
Emergency exit, where is it?
Because I'd be thinking about that time, you know, like if and when there becomes a moment where, you know, like an Apollo mission where, you know what, boys, I think we're kind of out of jet fuel and we're leaking coolant over here and you guys are kind of on your own. Like, I'd be like, exit, how do I get out?
Houston,
I would not be able to stay calm and cool.
You wouldn't be able to stay calm and cool to, like, fix everything? Like,
No,
Gunny, we need you to
yeah,
get
I'd be like,
outside
drop me
and
off
fix the airlines and get outside and fix some shit.
Yeah, drop me off the International Space Station. Shoot me down with a big rocket.
That would be an experience, but you're right. It would be definitely scary. You know what I mean? If you're not prepared for, like, what to expect, which you're not because you've never been to space before. So you wouldn't be prepared at all to expect anything. They could show you as many videos as they want of, like, astronauts going to space, but you would not. When you're in there and you're in a fucking rocket going up to space, you'd be like, I would be freaking out, I think.
I'd make sure I'd have, you know, the decatheter if it's working and everything's cool. Like, yeah.
Would you do it, Mayo? Would you go?
All right, I'm good.
I don't know. Not to be that guy. I feel like this may sound really dumb, but I almost feel like I would get bored because, you know, you can only look out the window and see so much. Like, as you're going as just like a pedestrian, say, and you're just going for the ride. You get in outer space. What are you going to see when you're in outer space? You're going to see the inside of the space shuttle, and you're going to see the Earth.
You're going to see space.
The Earth's going to be cool. Like, okay, cool, I can see the Earth.
You're one out of like hundreds of people that have seen the Earth that way. And
that would be really a cool experience in that aspect. But, like, how long are you going to be in orbit?
I don't know. They expect it. What like the plan is, they want to go to the moon, but they're not going to land on the moon. They're going to go around the moon and then come back.
Yeah. So that's not a real long time, I guess. Because I'm thinking, like, you're on, like, a 6 months trip, say.
Maybe it's a month or something. Maybe a month.
Yeah, a month
would be. It only takes a day and a half to get out there. Maybe less now with technology.
Really?
Oh yeah, it takes
to the moon.
Yes.
No way.
Yeah.
That fast?
You know what? Outer space is only. I think it's only 100 miles. If you look up, it's only 100 miles straight up.
But I mean, how many? Wait.
And the moon's not that far.
You're saying right now, if I look up at the sky and I see the blackness of the sky, whatever, like the outer space, that's 100 miles away from me right now on Earth?
That's what my uncle said. He said the stratosphere or whatever is only 100 miles. So, and it's not that far to the moon if you Google it.
But how far is the moon?
The moon is
because you're moving at
238,000 miles, almost 239,000 miles.
Yeah, but look at the speed you're moving. I think you're moving at, what, 3,000 miles an hour once you get up there because there's no... Gravity, you're in the vacuum of space, so there's no friction. So you can move at...
Gunny's over here with this engineering.
Hey, my dad used to work at the International Jet Propulsion Laboratory in Livermore and another secret location.
Gunny's over here dropping all the fucking stats for fucking NASA.
My dad was a
Gunny,
machinist.
you're going to get us to space. Gunny, go work for NASA. You get us to the moon again.
He made some of those parts for some of the Apollo missions.
There you go, Gunny.
Yeah.
Go walk into NASA. Tell him that. Like, motherfucker, my dad made some of these parts for the Apollo missions. Let me in.
I even know where a secret base is, guys. You can ask me later.
Ooh.
Yep.
Ooh. A secret base. Okay. Yeah, I don't think it would take that long to get to the moon, but I know it was like a day. That's fucking quick.
I'm pretty sure it's only a day or two.
Like,
they just got to line it up and get the, I don't know. It's
in 2007, it took China 5 days to cover the distance using rocket boosters. It was followed by the Change 2 orbiter, which launched in 2010, and it arrived in the lunar orbit within 4 days and 16 hours.
Wow,
because
so
what
we didn't
happens
follow
is,
this right.
People don't realize also that not only are you moving like towards it, it's also moving at a
to
very
the side.
fast speed, in orbit. So you have to kind of match its
You,
speed.
so what you're doing is you're trying to hit it to where it's going to hit at the same point.
Exactly.
Where you both get to the same point at the same time, right?
Same point at the same time, but then you have to be at the same angle and be at the same speed as the moon is actually moving. So
goddamn, this makes me want to play some Kerbal Space Program.
Yeah.
I want to play some Kerbal Space Program to figure all this out, Gunny. I'm going to hire you as my engineer in Kerbal Space Program.
I don't know why I haven't played that game, right? If I know so much about my dad was in the
motherfucker. Cold. You know a whole lot about space for not playing Kerbal Space Program. What the fuck?
Okay, so the fastest mission to date is 8 hours and 35 minutes.
Wow.
I don't know if that's manned or not, though.
Yeah, because we use lasers nowadays, right? When we launch missions, like literally, like we can laser the moon, the sun, all the planets within our solar system that can give us
and
the
it was
accuracy.
moving. It was moving at 36,000 miles per hour.
You know what, guys? That's why I'm really excited for this, for Elon Musk's, for his his version of the subway. With vacuum and magnets, it's just going to be.
He's trying to get to like L.A. to Seattle in like 2 hours or some shit, or an hour.
Oh yeah, I think he can definitely accomplish that.
How the fuck do you not die in that thing?
Dude, I'm telling you, if that thing ever leaked, it would just be like this massive explosion.
Big explosion that fucking kills everybody in the train. You know what I mean? Like, that's insane.
I won't be in the test chambers for that.
Yeah.
That's for
fuck
sure.
That. That's some little space talk for you folks out there. Thank you for joining us for Gunny's Space Corner.
And you space people, they probably think we're crazy. Let us know.
All right, we got another.
Is there any flat earthers as listeners? Let us know too.
Yeah, tell me I'm stupid. I don't know what I'm talking about here because it's been a while since I've,
The moon doesn't exist.
God bless my father and everybody, but he's rest in peace, Dad. But yeah, big fan of space. Brian has another question here regarding aliens. More alien stuff.
Oh shit! More aliens.
Out of all the alien cheeks you could have clapped with, which ones do you wish you could have? Oh. I'm already thinking like Mass Effect 3 alien cheek here, but...
Yeah.
Yeah.
Give me that Mass Effect booty. Yeah. Give me all the Mass Effect characters. I want the Ashley chick, the Miranda chick from Mass Effect 2.
Miranda wasn't an alien, but yeah. Miranda
she wasn't an alien, but, she's an alien technically to us because she's in space and she was probably born in space or whatever. How about that,
was it Tali
that blue chick?
Or Liara?
Yeah, Liara, the blue girl, and then Tali too. Fuck it, get Tali up in this motherfucker, and then Mass Effect 3, get them, all of them again. How about Mass Effect Andromeda, we go with the blue chick and the other chick. Yeah, what's up, motherfuckers?
I'll take them all. And
I'll even take that robot, that Edie robot thing.
Damn.
Part of the ship. I'm taking all them alien
Tapping
cheeks.
bots too, man. Going all out.
Oh shit! What's your favorite alien cheeks, man? What game have you played that has inspired your imagination with the aliens?
I don't know. I was trying to think about that. Like, you're right, a Mass Effect would probably be the first one off the top of my head. Yeah. But I can't think of too many games that have too many alien chicks. Give me some examples. Can you guys think of any more examples of alien chicks?
Mass Effect. I don't know, man.
You know what I was thinking of too was I always think back to like Star Trek: The Next Generation because they had some pretty, like anybody that's even on the ship, like they're aliens to us, aren't they? I mean, we don't think of them as humans.
Oh,
So there was
shit.
some pretty hot aliens on that show.
Yeah. How about on the Star Wars characters?
Another
There's
Star
some
Wars.
aliens there.
The
All
one.
them,
Yeah, I
all
can
them
tell you
chicks
the
in
names,
Star
though.
Wars are
Yeah.
aliens.
There'd be a lot of options, though.
Yeah.
You'd always keep your options open.
Star Wars, Star Trek.
Yep.
What other space shows is there?
Lost in Space? No, there was no real alien chicks in that one.
How about the movie Alien, huh? How about that alien?
Yeah, I think I'll bite you right off of there. Come.
Shit, I don't know. But yeah. Mass Effect inspired.
Yeah,
Very
definitely.
much.
But while we're thinking if we got any more of those, John Jerome has a question. He said it's an awesome coincidence that all this craziness happens to fall on my birthday. Happy birthday, John.
Happy birthday.
Do you guys do anything special for yourselves on your birthday every year?
Not really, no. See, it's hard for me because I buy myself whatever I usually want. So when it's my birthday, like, it's really hard to, like, when somebody asks me, what do you want for your birthday? I'm like, I don't know.
Well, as an adult, we just tend to buy ourselves whatever we want.
Xbox shit, video game shit. Like, they're like, what video game do you want? I'm like, there's no video games coming out in June. I'm sorry. There just isn't shit coming out in June. I wanted to watch E3 in peace. That's what I want for my birthday every year. Legit. Because my birthday is like right before or right after E3. So, like, I just want to watch E3 in peace and do that.
Yeah. I think, like being a married man, it's not about me, right? So one of the cool things I think is, when you talk about games and stuff is that's like the one time I think that where it'll be, hey, I want this game. Well, it's your birthday, go ahead. It's just, there's no argument there. It's just like, yeah, I get the game that I want. No arguments, no fuss about it, man. Just buy it. And one of the things I'd say I reserve for myself is basically, hey, it's my birthday. I'm going to game and chill. It may not be on that day, but whatever that weekend day falls on, that's for me, and that's where I want to game.
Yeah, same here. Like, yeah, just do your own thing, man.
Yep.
Yeah, as an adult, like Mayo's right, we just tend to buy ourselves whatever we want, and that's the truth. Like, I don't have to ask permission from nobody to buy something. Like, as long as I have the money to pay for it.
Yeah.
And I have enough money to cover my bills, I should be fine. So I just buy it. I want this video game. I'm gonna buy it. I want this. I want to buy it. I want, whatever the fuck, I want to buy it. Like next year, it'll be a treat, I think, for my birthday because this is going to be right after E3, and I think next year's E3 is going to be the generation reveals of the next consoles and shit. So some pre-ordering will be going on around that time, I think. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
We're pre-ordering next Xbox or next PS5 or whatever. So yeah.
And hopefully, I usually get that. That's when my kid gets out of school. Is that that E3 week? So
that's late. Jesus.
No. So yeah, it's So when is E3? It's on. Is it the second
June.
week? Isn't it?
It's the second week, yeah. So it's not the
Right,
first
because
week.
it's usually that first week that we go on vacation. Somewhere. So like I'm going to make it a point. I want to make it to E3 and be on the show this year, unlike last year. So, but still a good time being out there. But anyway, guys, our next question is from Shiloh, Mom's Basement. Shiloh Jocelyn, what's up, dude? He said, did we finally learn where babies come from or what rhymes with orange? No, we didn't.
Yeah, I didn't see any of that information either.
Storage rhymes with orange.
Storage? No, it doesn't. Damn.
Porridge.
There's no other orange word, is there? Yeah, and I think we'll find out. I think, Shiloh, once Death Stranding comes out, maybe that... I'm going to say it's going to be the second game, Death Stranding 2. We're going to find out where babies come from.
Death Stranding, the baby walking simulator of this generation.
Hideo will come out. Stay tuned for part 2. You find out everything. Even
You
more.
have 2 babies. No, the babies come from the still mothers. The still mother. Because
no
you know how,
spoilers. No spoilers.
No, because this already has been revealed by Hideo Kojima. He says that the babies come from the still mother, and it's kind of like reverse of like a stillborn baby. Instead of like the mother having the stillborn baby, the baby's born fine, but the mother becomes like a stillborn person. Like she dies because she has the baby.
That's
how those babies. That's how those babies are made. That's why she's called. That's why they're called still mothers or whatever.
Yeah, and she's got to stay in that room. That's a trip. That is a trip. That's why that game intrigues me, I think.
And that's why those babies have like the ability to because they were born from death. They have the ability to see death. That's why they can see the BTs or the DTs or whatever the fuck they're called.
BTs, yeah.
BTs and the BBs and the CGs, and then there's a bunch of fucking crazy shit in this game. Die Hard Man. It's an evil guy in the game.
Yeah.
Die Hard Man.
Yeah, just thinking about that. There's more news on that. Character. I think we're gonna...
Don't leave it up to a Japanese guy to name the characters, because he'll name shit like Die Hard Man. It's a character.
This is
coming from a dude who named a character Snake. Come on, fucking Hideo, dude.
We had more news on this game, and we just thought, okay, well, we're just going to save it for next week, since we did talk about it so much last week.
Hideo Kojima is the fucking visionary of the gaming world, Gunny.
Yeah, we read that article where he's like one of the last pioneers or whatever in all that stuff. He might just be.
He might, yeah. He might just be one of the last geniuses left in video games.
Man, what would happen if Hideo came out tomorrow and says, I retire? Would the gaming world crumble? Or, I mean, what would happen?
The gaming world would collapse. Games are over. Games are done.
I'd be thinking I was in a parallel universe or something. Whoops, I shouldn't be here.
No more Red Deads, no more Gears of War.
Nothing. All the gaming industry is just going to shut down their doors.
After what we saw with Metal Gear Survive, look what happens.
But see, Metal Gear Survive wasn't Hideo Kojima.
I know. Oh, yeah, that was a stupid joke. But I'm, see what happens after he leaves. Yeah.
Yeah.
We get Metal Gear Survives.
Shit goes to hell.
Yeah, we get some shitty games when he leaves. Yeah.
Yep.
He's the future of the gaming world.
All right, we got a message from somebody. Mr.
Oh, shit.
Gibson. Gib8777. He wants to know, why did we steal his clothes and leave him to get arrested? This is at Area 51, by the way. This is what he claims, that, we stole his clothes, left him to get arrested, not even bail him out.
I don't know who this guy is.
Who is this guy?
This is Gib8777.
I don't know. I don't even know if that's a listener. Is that a real listener?
I think he's asking us, like as us, and he's calling us assholes. He said he's now stuck in an ICE jail with no passport because he's Canadian, by the way.
He's gonna get deported.
He said he left it in my Jeep. I don't know. Did he leave it in the Jeep? I didn't see it either.
I don't remember anybody from Canada in the Jeep.
No, I didn't see any. Anybody outside of the U.S. and in the Jeep with us.
Yeah.
You know that rest stop?
What he's talking about?
That rest stop. On our way back, there was like that rest stop in the middle of nowhere.
Yeah.
That was just out there by some tumbleweeds. I think, well, if somebody actually went out there and looked behind it, they might find a passport, but I might have saw one. I'm not sure, but...
I don't know.
Yeah.
I'm confused.
Yeah, I
good
thought
luck to this.
I thought he got a ride back, or was going to go to Vegas and get the plane.
I don't know who you're talking about, so good luck to him. Good luck to that guy.
Yeah.
We don't know.
Yeah, that wasn't us, man. You posted in the wrong group, dude.
Yeah, wrong group. Anyways.
I think he got the wrong Jeep.
Yeah, I think he got the wrong Jeep.
Yeah, mine was the red one. Maybe.
Yeah. He's probably riding the blue one.
Yeah, that was it. So, oh, we love you, Ryan. We love you, buddy. We're sorry. We really are. We're sorry. How about that? Does that work?
Sorry, eh?
We're
Anyways,
going to start a Patreon soon. We'll let you know next week.
free the
A
Gibson.
GoFundMe.
GoFundMe for giving 77's lawyer fees.
I'll send a letter to ICE. Tell them
Oh,
you
shit.
got the wrong man.
Anyways.
This comes from Mayo's friend, Snickers. I just call him Snickers. I've been watching him stream a little bit. Playing some of that Apex and some other games.
Nice.
Since I'm off Mondays. This is directed to you, Jesus. He wants to know why you hate Steam so much. Are you just jealous? He said, are you just jealous of our Lord and Savior Gabe? Ooh! Shots fired from the PC Master Race.
My Lord and Savior Epic guy, Tim Sweeney, is way better than this Gabe dude, okay? My people are the chosen people for gamers.
You're part of the forest people, aren't you?
My people are the righteous ones when it comes to gaming, okay? You people, you old faith people from Steam, you guys are done. Your cults, your peoples are over.
But us people, we're looking out for the community. We're trying to help you guys, the consumer.
You peoples don't give away free games. Our peoples give away free games.
Shots fired!
Oh.
Our people are helping the gaming community by giving away free games and buying Forest. When's the last time Gabe bought a Forest to save it, huh?
You know what, though? Strangers in white vans give away free things, too.
Nice, yeah. Ice cream trucks give away free things, yeah.
Yeah. Where does that end up? Where do you end up there?
You end up with the free ice cream.
Right. If you look like Jesus. But what if you look like Gunny Cheap over there? You might not end up with free ice cream. You might end up with a free ride.
Hey.
You people and your Gabe Lord and Savior can go fuck off. Tim Sweeney gang for life, son. Represent.
There it
Epic
is.
Games.
Epic
I'm
life,
just glad I have a podcast I can hide behind now. Cause I just like, I'm doing it for the show, guys.
Follow me to the forest. Sweeney says.
Yeah, Mayo's over here buying Epic. All this shit Mayo talks about Epic Games. He buys the most. He's the one that's bought most shit on Epic than all of us, Gunny.
You know how many games I bought on Epic, Mayo? Not zero.
Oh, but what about Borderlands?
Borderlands I bought on Xbox. See, I'm an Xbot.
Well, that's fucking true. You're right.
I am an Xbot.
Uh-oh.
Mayo's over here buying all the games on the Epic Store. So I bought
where it remains.
How many have you bought on there now, Jesus?
I bought Rebel Galaxy Outlaw, and I bought Borderlands 3, I guess technically, but it was from Green Man Gaming.
Oh yeah, that we're gonna do. Are you redeeming it on Epic?
Okay, whatever. Then I redeemed it on Epic. Okay. So 2 games, and how many have you bought, Mayo? Like 10?
No.
Yeah, right.
Maybe your son. You could have a whole.
No, that's his excuse. His son. Yeah, right.
My
son's buying these games.
I think it's 3. I think it's Heavy Rain, Borderlands, and Tetris Effect. I think.
Oh, yeah. What's up now, buddy? Yeah.
I know. I'm like a whole 33% higher than you right now.
Yeah, that's a lot % higher than me.
You're helping build that.
For all that shit talking you did about
Sacred
Steam,
Forest.
Sure as hell are supporting them. Epic sucks. I'm never gonna download Epic. And now look at you. You got 3 games on there.
Doing it for the show.
I think you need to tear down that Lord Gabe poster on
tear
your
down
wall
that,
now.
Tear down that poster. Put up a Tim Sweeney poster.
Burn your Steam shirts.
You can't see the one I have in the background back there? It's like a whole bunch of trees. It looks like a little forest.
Is that his forest? You take a picture of his forest?
Yeah, it's an aerial shot of his forest over there.
Delete your Twitter account right now. Mr. I love Steam. I got like a whole background of everything on it. Steam logos.
Fuck your Steam. It's all about Epic. Epic is the future of gaming.
That's right.
Yes.
For now, until Stadia comes out.
And Stadia is going to be the future of gaming, but that's like in a month or so, so we're still got time to wait.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah. We're not.
By the way,
we're not raising that banner quite yet.
Stadia's Founders Editions have been sold out.
Again, I know every time I look at that, I'm like, should I pre-order?
How does
Well, I
that
guess.
How do you sort out? How do you sell out? You just sell out of the controllers, or
Well, it was
what?
the Founders Edition. I don't know. I guess the Founders Edition lets you be a founder.
Yeah, I
I'm
think it
assuming,
has
yeah,
to do with the controller.
you sold out of the controller, yeah, because I think they've restocked the blue ones,
And
because I
the
know no one
well,
was buying the blue ones, so they restocked the midnight blue ones, and I think they sold out of them again. But the white one and the black one are completely sold out. I think I bought the black one.
Gunny's gonna get the pink one.
yeah, but you also have to get the actual connector itself, the dongle.
Yeah, yeah,
Well, you
yeah.
can just buy a regular one for that, can't you? Don't you have to have like the Ultra Chromecast or something like that?
Yeah, but if you buy the Founders Edition, you get like the Ultra Chromecast, the controller, and like 3 months of Stadia for like that price, which it comes out to be kind of worth it because like the Chromecast by itself is like $40. The controller is $60.
Yeah.
So that's $100 plus the 3 months of Stadia would be $30. So that's $130. And I think that's how much it ends up
Yeah,
costing you.
129.
Right?
Yep.
Yeah. So you save $1 by buying the bundle, but you also get to call yourself a founder, which is the perks of this Gunny. You would be a founder of the future of gaming. Oh,
You could be
yeah.
the ultimate fan.
10 years from now, we're playing Stadia and everyone's playing Stadia. I'm going to have a founder badge and you won't, Gunny.
I'll have my Xbox badge right here on my chest.
Fuck you.
Okay.
You're not going to have your
I'll be
founder
streaming.
badge like I am.
Streaming my games on Xbox. That's right.
Hobo box.
I'll have my Lord Gabe symbol on me.
Yeah, right.
PC Master Race symbol. Have you seen that?
You're going to have an epic fucking tattoo on your head, Mayo. Tattoo the epic
He's going to take
logo
his shirt off.
on
It's
his
going to be right there. Yeah. Clear as day.
head. Yeah. Fuck Steam.
All right, guys. Enough of this launcher wars we're going into. Next one from Ghost Nico. Of all the gaming genres out there, FPS, RTS, RPG, you name it, which one finds you playing the most of, and what is it that is so appealing to you? What draws you to that genre?
Definitely first-person shooters are probably my main one. And I think it's just the camaraderie, like playing with friends and just being able to shoot the shit. Like, it's hard to play with friends and being like in a strategy game. Like if right now me and Gunny and Mayo were playing a game and it was a strategy game, we couldn't sit here and bullshit about things. We could probably do a podcast playing Call of Duty, but we couldn't do a podcast playing Civilization.
Well, I think we could talk a lot of crap. I'd be like, I'm building these 12 elephants, and they're going to come to the left, and then I'm going to send them to the right, and he's never going to know what hit him.
Yeah, like I don't know, like I guess we could do that, but like it's just I don't know. I feel like definitely first person shooters are my go to because I get to just hang out with friends and shoot shit. Yeah.
Yeah, I think for me,
right there with you.
I think for me, it's usually like my go-to for any kind of action games, not so much FPS, but like your Just Cause games and things like that. So single
Like
player,
any kind of shooter, I guess.
usually
maybe.
my first are racing. I think because I'm not that competitive. Although you will find me on like an Apex Legends or something on Saturday or the Call of Duty beta. But I'm still a little out of the air on the Call of Duty thing since I didn't get to play it this weekend. But
I played a little bit of Apex this week.
Yeah,
4 rounds, and I ranked up like 5 times. I was like, what the fuck? I don't know what happened.
3 rounds of Caddy this week.
I haven't played much since. I'm level 50 something in the battle pass. I've given up. I'm not gonna make it to level 100.
Yeah, I think I stopped at 52.
Yeah, I like a
I haven't
level
played
50
like a
something.
month.
Yeah, like I'm done. Whatever.
All these other good games came out. And...
Yeah. Sorry, Apex, you're dead to me now.
Yeah.
Yeah, Gunny. Yeah.
All right, guys. Oh, do we have any more questions? I don't think we do. I think we are possibly done. I'm just going to check the Facebook really quick.
Oh.
See if I missed any of those. Anything else here you guys want to talk about?
No, I'm good. Oh, people, if you're interested in listening to us live, we now have the ability to do the show live. But there's a caveat to this being live. So you would have to download the Podbean app, so you can listen to us live on Podbean, or go to the Podbean website or our website, horriblegamers.com. You would be able to listen to us live. There's no video of us, but you can hear us live, definitely. So if you're driving, you can hear us live through your phone, etc. And you can actually have the ability to call in. So it's interesting is this new thing by Podbean. They're trying to bring live podcasts to their platform, I guess. And we were chosen as one of the podcasts to test this out. It's actually in beta only. So if you guys are interested in us doing that, we can definitely do it. There's a 2-hour time limit on how long we can go live for. But I was thinking maybe we can do it for like an hour and 45 minutes, take a break for a few minutes, and then come back on
We've
for
done that
another
in the past, and
hour,
that worked
45.
out.
You know what I mean? Just in terms of like having it be like, I guess, longer than 2 hours, we can do it that way, just cut it up in 2 different sections or whatever. Or we could just do a 2-hour show. It's going to be limiting our time to 2 hours, but I don't know if we could do it. We could possibly do it if we cut down on the news or whatever. But yeah, let us know if you are interested in us doing that. There is a thing, though, on Podbean where I think the first 50 users who show up to the live show get to listen for free. But if you are not one of the first 50 people to join the call, you or the live show, if you're not one of the first 50 people to join, you actually have to pay to listen to us live. So I don't know how this works. I think you pay through some of their currency. They have like something on their website, some kind of currency. That'll definitely go to supporting us if you use their currency to buy a ticket to get into our show live. But yeah, they have the ability to have us. You have the ability to call in. You can comment on there. You can chat with other people that are listening to the show live. I think you can comment and all that stuff as well. And you can actually call in to us. We can have like a section where we're like, "Hey, call in and bullshit with us." And you can like on your phone press call in, and then you call us up, and you're on the show with us. So I don't know if you guys want to do that or not. Up to you, Gunny and Mayo.
Yeah, definitely interested in doing that. Yeah, that'd be cool.
Yeah.
Try that out. Something new. Something different.
Something different. Yeah, I thought it was pretty cool of Podbean to like include us in that beta thing. So yeah, fuck yeah, why not? So there you go. Anyways.
I think, you know what, I think also that I don't think we would have to really shorten the show up. I think it would just be more of a pause and go back and play it again, or hey, just keep that recording going. We can edit later, and just keep everything the way it is for the most part. Maybe change the format a little bit for the community if we need to.
Yeah.
So, yeah, you guys let us know.
Mm-hmm.
What you want.
Anyways,
I think it's time for me to go play some Call of Duty, guys.
All right. Well, what do we do now? Are we done here?
I think you just go with what does Gidget Lynn say? Jesus.
Peace out, Brussels sprouts. We'll catch you on the next week's edition of the Horrible Gamers podcast. We're done. We're out of here. See you next week.
Brush your... Wait a minute. Hold on. Wait a minute. We forgot something.
What?
There's a whole set of launchers that you're on. You have to list every launcher that you're on, whether it be on the Microsoft launcher, because you don't have
Epic,
Microsoft,
Jesus
Xbox.
Walks a Lot, Xbox, Jesus Walks a Lot, Steam, Jesus Walks a Lot, Activision, Jesus Walks a Lot, Battle.net, Jesus HGP #1210, Rockstar, probably Jesus Walks a Lot, PlayStation, GSUS Walks a Lot, Stadia, Jesus Walks a Lot. That's it.
Cool. Yeah, go find me on that Xbox, guys. Gunny Chief. On the Steam, Gunny Chief. On the PlayStation, add me on HGP space Gunny. Let's see. Oh, you know what? I have this Rockstar account here. Let me see where I'm at. You know what? It doesn't show, like... I guess I would have to go to my Rockstar account to actually see it, but... yeah. Add me on Twitter, guys. Gunny Chief.
Ooh.
Mayo, name your launchers.
All right, you can find me on Steam as the Mayo 1. You can find me on Xbox as the Mayo 1. You can find me on Oculus Store as the Mayo 1. You can find me on battle.net as Mayo11448. You can find me on, what else we got? We have Origin as Mayo1. You can find me on Epic as Mayo1.
Shit.
You can find me on Uplay as Mayo1. And then you can find me on the Windows Store or through Xbox app as Mayo1. And then you can find me on Discord as the Mayo. Oh, and Twitch. You can find me on Twitch as the Mayo01.
Oh, yeah. Find me on Mixer, Jesus Walks a Lot. On Twitch, Jesus Walks a Lot. On D-Live, Jesus Walks a Lot. On Gunny Chief's friends list, Jesus Walks a Lot.
Hey, I found it. I found it on my Rockstar launcher, guys. You can add me here to the Rockstar profile. My nickname on here is Willie Barnes. Willie. B-A-R-N-E-S. That was from a book I read. Really good. Willie Barnes.
All right.
Damn. Brush your controllers. Go to bed.
All right, people. We're out of here. Bye, everyone. Have a good night. See you next week.
Peace out.
Enjoy your workday.
Maybe we'll be live next week. Maybe we'll be live 2 weeks from now. Who knows? Bye.